It's the Orioles on Macedon. We welcome you another summer night here at Camden Yards and the second of 4 games against the Texas Rangers, a couple of ball clubs who are looking at a wild card spot. These mean a lot to these two teams. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome for the Orioles last night. They did put it together, and it did start with Chris Tillman. That starting pitching that they had not had for so much of the season was there last night. And when you win with 3 runs, you're doing something that usually you don't get done. The Orioles are now 11-35 in ball games where they score 3 runs or less. Those 11 wins tie them with the Nationals for the most in the major leagues. Tonight, they'd like to get a couple more, like it a little easier. That'll, in large part, depend, however, on Dylan Bundy. Trey Mancini, we've talked about the great year he's having as a rookie. This rookie season may set a number of records. The long balls being hit are also part of what the rookies are doing. Most home runs that have been hit by rookies in a season, well, that number is relatively small. The home run numbers, they are 20 home run seasons or more, belong to only these players. Story, Seager, Joseph, Mazzara, Sanchez, and Ray Sheffield. The number's 20, and that was just last year. That's the most rookies who have ever had 20 or more home runs in a season. But take a look at what's going on this year. There are already 10 players who are on pace to hit 20 or more home runs. In fact, 2 of them, in Judge and Bellinger, have already gone beyond the 20 mark. And notice the name in there from the Orioles, top right. Trey Mancini at 14 may join a group to set a major league record for the number of rookies with home runs over 20 or more. Mike, the long ball favoring everybody at the plate, and the rookies are taking advantage of it.
Yeah, pretty impressive, isn't it? I mean, it is a young man's game for sure, but it just seems like there has been a huge influx of young players over the past 4 or 5 years. And we're not just talking about the rookies that are up this season. I mean, how about Bryce Harper? He's only 24 years old. Manny Machado, 24 years old. These are kids playing this game at a high level right now, and you love the energy they bring. But most of these young guys, the rookie candidates anyway, top picks. You know, the scouts go out there, they find the best prospects, they sign them first or second round, and that list of players that we saw there, aside from Trey Mancini, are top picks in the organization. So they get thrust through the league, or and into the big leagues. And I think clubhouses are different this year, or not this year, I guess over the last 10 years, this generation. The players are more comfortable, I think, at the major league level at a young age. So the results, they're in there, they're confident in the box, and they're hitting long balls. It's a showcase brand of baseball nowadays.
And these two teams showcase that all season long, as the Orioles and the Texas, 2 of the top teams, relying on home runs to win games. We'll see if that's true tonight. Brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Ocean City. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City. Book now at OCOcean.com. Weatherwise, BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? 84 degrees. Humidity's down a little bit from last night. Gentle breeze out towards center. And for the most part, skies are clearing up. Take a look at the lineup for the Texas Rangers. Rangers will have Chu, Andrus, and Mazzara. Beltre, Napoli gets the start DH. Odor, Lucroy will be behind the plate. Gomez and Gallo. Beltre this season 12 multi-hit games, second best on the Rangers.
Yeah, let's take a look at Dylan Bundy's pitch arsenal. Yeah, he's got all four, but I'll tell you what, the changeup could be the proving pitch tonight. Chris Tillman used it last night. Yeah, he had the whole arsenal working, but that changeup was so effective off the fastball. Dylan Bundy's on with the four-seamer. The changeup will be the plus pick. 4.33 earned run average has slowly but surely started to climb a little bit. Question marks in the tire towards the end of the first half. Well, Buck Showalter's starting to try to manage the innings for Dylan Bundy, keep him fresh through the second half. Let's see if it's working up to this point. Has given up 18 long balls this season.
He will pass the mark on innings pitched from last year tonight when he goes through the ball game. And he's already pitched 108, 109 is a big number, so one inning and he's already reached it.
Right.
And it's his first start after the All-Star game. Bundy ready to go. Right-hander deals, and the pitch will be taken outside. Sin-Soo Choo opened up the series with an 0 for 3 last night.
And of course, last year Dylan Bundy was kind of worked into the starting role, starting off in the bullpen, short stints at a time, built up to it.
Choo with an 0 for 1 off Bundy. He'll go in the air with that one to center field. That's going to send Adam Jones back. Adam Jones looking, and goodbye home run. On the second pitch of the ball game, Sin-Soo Choo delivers a homer to put Texas up 1-0. He's got that kind of power, and he's had it throughout his career. 13 home runs on the year for the leadoff batter.
It seems like this Rangers team, all or nothing at the plate. Take a look at the Mercedes pitch cast. Elevated fastball. Just didn't quite get to the top of the zone. And Choo makes him pay. Up and out over into the Oriole bullpen.
Like I just mentioned, what's now 19 home runs surrendered by Dylan Bundy on the season, and the Texas Rangers start out that way. Pitch will be taken on the inside corner for a strike. Well, we've mentioned the Rangers, their run percentage up there around 60% coming off home runs. Incredibly high number that they rely on for runs scored. Breaking ball, that's going to drop in for a strike. Elvis Andrus had an 0 for 4 opening up the ball game last night.
Andrus having a very solid offensive year, but a lot of the Ranger bats kind of slow this month. He's in a little bit of a mini slump himself. One for his last 14, but so was Choo.
Yeah, they've got a number of players here who've really struggled to get the ball somewhere where somebody isn't going to catch it. They've been an offensive team throughout the years. I mean, Texas has always been noted for their big bats, but over the last 5, their team average is 160 in the last 5 games. 1-2 delivery on the way, and shattered bat, I think, as he fouled that one off down the third base side foul territory. Andrus will go back to get a new one.
Yeah, a lot of teams obviously nowadays rely on the home run. The Orioles, about half their runs come via the home run as well. But the Rangers this year, more than any, totally have relied on that long ball or run production. If they hit them, typically they're going to have success. When they don't, they have a hard time putting runs across the plate.
A 1-ball 2-strike count. Defense straight away. Dylan Bundy's delivery to him, and that'll be chopped down to third base. Manny Machado in the big hop, and an out recorded.
Nice read there from Manning, getting that high hop. Take a look at the rest of the Oriole defense behind Bundy. Mancini, Jones, and Smith will roam the Camden outfield. Todd and Scope up the middle, and Davis will join Machado, and Castillo get another start behind the plate. A couple hits in last night's ball game.
Texas has 3 lead. Let's see, let me fix that figure. 5 leadoff home runs, and Choo has 3 of the 5. In fact, he has hit the last 3 leadoff homers. He got one against Houston, he got one against Toronto, and he's got one tonight against the Orioles, and those are the last 3 leadoff homers that have been hit by the Texas Rangers. One down, nobody on. Big swing and a foul ball straight back up overhead.
And a good fastball right there from Bundy. Aggressive on that inside corner, forcing it in there, making sure it doesn't catch any of the white.
Mazara had an 0 for 3 last night, and he's got an 0 for 3 lifetime against Dylan Bundy. 0-1 count on him here. And Mazara will take the pitch inside for a ball. Dylan Bundy now has surrendered 8 leadoff home runs. Bundy has not been one of those that's been particularly troubled by the first inning. In fact, he's gotten through it with only 3 runs prior to tonight, surrendered in the first, the lowest of any Orioles starter for a first inning ERA. 2 ball 1 strike count. Dylan insists that he is not tired, that you can tell he's making between the lines arguments. Don't shut me down, don't take me out of ball games, let me keep pitching in the rotation. That's what he wants to do. The Orioles, though, have to weigh in how they feel about his performances, and the question is always answered by the opposing team, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, keeps throwing pitches like that last one, the nasty change down and away, he'll have success. But yeah, the numbers don't lie. I mean, they were getting elevated as the first half progressed. It just kept getting higher and higher. Take a look, season comparison. Last year we talked about his progression through until he finally broke into the starting role. Made 14 starts last year, about half of them out of the bullpen. You see this year 18 starts, so the innings way up, but almost matching identical what he had already done last season. So the rest of the season, kind of a question mark. But I'll tell you what, Bundy prepares himself for the full season. Even last year, he's ready to go from the get-go. He probably didn't even want to start in the bullpen. He probably wanted to get right on the bump and get going. He has that type of attitude, and physically he's certainly strong enough. But when you talk about the extra innings through the course of a long season, and especially as a starting pitcher, a lot of times you just end up losing the feel of the baseball. Everything kind of gets numb in there.
That ball up in the air to shallow left field. Trey Mancini's out there tonight. He'll put it away, and there are 2 down. The numbers the Orioles are concerned with Dylan Bundy is that over the last 7 games, 2-5 and an ERA of 7.18. That's the troublesome number. They're going in the wrong direction. If they were just steady, then the argument about just let me pitch and go on, okay. But when the numbers start trending that way,
right,
makes it a tougher call.
And then it's about 2. Can he make the adjustment?
Yeah.
Because I mean, bottom line is his fastball command's been a little faulty. Early on in the year he was spotting it up, not missing the glove at all. And even there, yeah, he gets a strike, but Castillo wants it down and away. It leaks back over that inner third.
Beltre, the veteran, having a conference with a veteran umpire. Brian Gorman, who is the crew chief on the last call, he didn't think it was there. He had a 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. 0-1 delivered to Beltre, and that'll be down low for a ball. 1 ball 1 strike.
Beltre kind of set back with some calf injuries, a couple stints on the disabled list early on in the year, but back to picking up the pace. I mean, the consummate professional, plays the game hard, puts together good at bats.
His hits last night, he's now an even 300 hitter in this ballpark for an average, and has had 11 of his 23 home runs against the Orioles hit here at Camden Yards. So Beltre with a run in, leadoff homer by Chu. Next 2 retired. Now Bundy trying to take care of this one. Shift on, full force in the infield. Beltre will lift it high in the air. Adam Jones got to wait for it to come down right in place, and he'll put it away. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Leadoff homer by Sin-Soo Choo. 1-0 Texas. as they are now 26-19 here at Camden Yards. Take a look at their lineup. It is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Jones, Machado, Scope, Davis, Trumbull, Mancini, Smith, Castillo, and Tejada. Manny way up there compared to the other months in July. That 3.58 average.
And let's take a look at Tyson Ross's pitch arsenal this season. Four-seam fastball, slider combination, but has the two-seam fastball. Really, the pitch that got him on the map was a dominant ground ball pitcher. He kind of had to get away from that. Last year, the thoracic outlet syndrome set him back. Only made one start, his first start of the season, then missed the whole year. Just got back from the disabled list, so still trying to get the feel for the baseball. Some elevated numbers early on. An opponent's hitting .211 here in the early going. The Orioles have had his number before, and he's always had a problem pitching against the East.
He is 0-2 lifetime against the Orioles. Adam Jones stands in. Adam with a 4 for 6 off Ross. One number just jumped out at me, and I could not figure it out. Opponent batting average is .211. His ERA is 5.3. That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah. Well,
foul tipped.
The walks are up this year.
He's given up 13 walks in 25 innings.
Yeah, so it doesn't have quite the feel. You know, coming off surgery, and a lot of pitchers, doesn't matter what kind of surgery you have, it usually takes a full year to get the feel back.
So we'll see how the season goes for him. He was with San Diego the last 4 years, free agent signing by Texas. Pitched at Berkeley, University of California, Berkeley, and is a San Diego resident. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Adam Jones. Adam will loop it to third, and Beltre almost had his head taken off. Adam's going to make a big turn, but he'll stay. Beltre, I think, just lost sight of that thing.
Yeah, I think so too. Would have been a bright spot in there, and of course Adam reaching out there kind of hooked it a little bit. Take a look. Get a good look, and it was cutting back to him hard. I think it surprised him at the end. Maybe just did not quite see it. You see, he got his feet ready. And boy, something happened there where he took his eye off the baseball. Maybe a white shirt in the stands. Or a sunspot.
Lucky he was not hit in the head on that one. So it'll be a, well, we'll see. We'll wait for the official score on that one. Beltre's just happy he didn't plunk him.
Yeah.
Here is Manny Machado, big 3 for 3 in the ball game last night. Adam will be held on the bag at first by Joey Gallo, and the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. With Texas scoring first now here in this homestand. Opponents have scored first in all 5 games. Orioles have won 1 of them. Orioles are 16-36. 16-36 when the opponent scores first. 1-0 delivery on the way. A little break on that will cut across the plate, and he gets the strike called.
Sometimes gets a little natural cut on his fastball.
He's big out there, 6'6". They list him 247. Some size.
Yeah, big guy. Good angle.
Error was charged on Beltre on that play at third base. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And Manny in the dirt, scooped up. LaCroix caught a little bit of dust along with the baseball on that one. Adam stayed at first base. Throws out 32% of base stealers against Ross. 3 for 3 base stealers against him when he's on the mound. Orioles trying to get that run back and a little more here in the first inning. Ross with a look, short lead at first. Pitch will be taken down low again on Manny.
No, Manny Machado certainly been heating up. How about multi-hits in 5 of his last 7? Of course, picked up a 3-hit game last night. And Manny Machado's bat is back. Much more consistent in the box, taking his walks, and how about how aggressive he's been running the bases.
3-1 delivery on the way, and he walked it. So the Orioles get it going on an error and a walk here in the first inning. That's what we were talking about. That's 14 walks in 25 innings. That's a lot.
The Orioles certainly have to take advantage of this opportunity early in the ball game. Take a look at the Rangers defense. Mazzara, Gomez, and Chu in the Rangers outfield. Andrus and Odor turning 2 up the middle. Beltre and Gallo on the corners, and LaCroix back behind the plate again.
Not a lot of scoring chances for either team last night as the pitchers dominated that game. Cashner and Tillman. Orioles get it going early here. Last night they went 1 for 5 in these situations. And Jonathan Schoop gets the first chance with that very solid .318 number with runners in scoring position, including a couple of home runs. Nobody out. Pitch on the way. Breaks in across for a strike to Schoop. Jonathan getting a look at Tyler Ross for the first time. He's one of a number of the Orioles starting in this ballgame who've not faced him before. 0-1 the count. Holding the runner close at second, Odor. Big breaking ball that broke down and away. There you see Adam Jones, Manny Machado on. StatCast powered by AWS. Odor standing at second base with Adam Jones. They are really giving that hole off second base between first and second. Can't hold him any closer than that unless you stand there with him and grab his pants.
Yeah, hold right on. A little slower to home right here, and I think that's why Odor's in Adam Jones's back pocket. Yesterday, Manny Machado, nice delay steal. Rangers maybe thinking that the Orioles trying to turn it around a little bit, be more aggressive on the bases.
A 1-ball 2-strike count to Jonathan Schoop. Davis waiting on deck. Outfield, straight up, deep. Jonathan will chop it foul outside of third base. You can see why he gets a lot of ground balls on the sink that he's got on these pitches. Everything seems to be down in the strike zone, and he is one of the best at picking up those ground balls, which obviously helps you get the double play. 60% ground balls last 2 full seasons. That is second in the majors only to Dallas Keuchel. He has allowed .5 home runs per 9 innings in his career. That is the lowest among active major league pitchers. 1-ball 2-strike count. Runners off first and second. Schoop got that one. That's going to be in the gap. It'll take a big hop and come off the wall. Jones will score. That'll tie it up right behind him, Manny Machado. Here comes a relay to the plate. The tag. There is none. And the Orioles have a 2-1 lead on a 2-bagger by Jonathan Schoop.
Great piece of hitting by Jonathan Schoop. And what's new? Solid all year long. But what the difference is, how about the base running by the Orioles? Manny Machado, good secondary lead. And he is off and running. Adam Jones getting on third base saying, let's go, pick it up. And Manny is flying around third base, scoring all the way from first for his buddy Jonathan Schoop. A couple stakes there. Schoop drives in the first 2 runs for the O's. Nice slide by Machado. Take a look at him heading to the back corner, getting that hand in there. And then a little low 5 from Jones.
The RBI leader, his 25th double and 57 runs batted in for Jonathan Schoop. And there are the guys who crossed, Jones and Machado. Chris Davis launches one in the air. That's deep to center field. Back near the wall and up and gone. Goodbye home run off the glove of Gomez. He had a chance to haul it back in and he couldn't hang on to it. And Chris Davis has a 2 RBI homer.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Catching a little break right there. Like Gomez was all over that baseball, and the crusher back in the building. And a first home run since coming back from the disabled list. 15th long ball of the year. Chris Davis out early today. Trying to get that timing down. A slow start. He's coming back off the disabled list, but he squares this one up. Take a look. Little two-seamer working away, and he stays on it. Good head position. It's a good Crush Davis carry, but with the assist from Gomez off the glove and into the pen.
Carlos Gomez is not going to be watching that replay. A chance to rob him and couldn't do it. And it is fouled back, and the Orioles' first 4 up against Tyson Ross have all scored as a 2 RBI double by Schoop and the 2-run homer by Chris Davis get the Orioles on top real early by 3. 15 home runs for Chris on the year. All right, Trumbo will take the pitch inside, bounces away. Trumbo the DH role for the Orioles, an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. So the error in the walk that opened this inning up made a huge difference. Beltre had that ball go by him at third, and then Gomez out there in center field trying to pull it in. Those two not good first innings in the field. That'll be in there for a strike up around the letters, and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
And Davis's home run 101.4 off the bat, but serious launch angle. They got up in the atmosphere and just kept drifting out there deep center field.
Trumbo's got a 3 for 10 against Ross. He'll reach, and that's where the hole is. Over to get it, Odor. He's going to make a running throw and can't get it there in time. An infield hit for Mark Trumbo, who went against the grain of the defense.
Yeah, Trumbo sniffing out that single, and the Orioles keep the pressure on the Rangers. But Odor showing the range, able to get to this baseball, but as soon as it gets in the glove and he makes that last step, a hard time getting it out, and no power at all. He's able to get rid of it sooner, maybe at the apex of that leap. The ball might get to first base, but no, hit the ground and too slow getting rid of it.
So the Orioles keep it going. There's still nobody out here in the first inning, and here's Trey Mancini. Trey had a 1 for 3 in the ball game last night. Ross's delivery will be up and in for a ball. And what a big comeback inning for the Orioles after the 1 run was scored by Texas. So the home runs that we did not see in the ball game last night coming tonight. Davis and Chu with a leadoff homer for Texas already. 1-0 pitch on the way by Ross. That one's up in the air to left field. That's got some distance. Way back and goodbye. Home run. Trey Mancini. And he gets a 2 RBI shot as Trumbo will come in ahead of him. And it's 6-1.
Wow. Boom, boom. Not missing the up and in heater. It's a bad head to it. LaCroix wanted that one down and away. Never made it there.
Well, we were talking in our pregame about the rookies, 10 of them who've got a shot at hitting 20 or more home runs. 2 have already made it. Mancini's one of those 10 with a shot at it, and he's got 15 on the year. And now he's got 47 RBIs. He's chasing Jonathan Scope for the RBI lead.
Right. He is a machine. Somebody on base. Boy, chances are pretty good he's going to drive him in.
And the Oriole had the home run in the ball game last night. Here is Seth Smith, got the game winner, his 10th in the 7th inning. He'll take the pitch away. And Tyler Ross can't find an out.
Yeah, take a look at Boom Boom's homer here. Oh my goodness. Slider just backing up. There's a beach ball coming into Boom Boom. How about the body position? Perfect.
Smith on a big cut and an off-speed delivery. Trey has now had 8 home runs here at home, 7 on the road, and he's not been used in a long time. Bivens Dirks has been in the bullpen resting for about 2 weeks, so they've got him up in a long situation here. That one's going to be foul back and out of play. So the count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
The Orioles pretty good game plan here right now. He's looking up and out over. The mistakes are coming and they are not missing. Pretty impressive approach. Crush Davis going again. Orioles have been waiting for that big bat to return.
1-2 delivery on the way, and Smith going after it will strike out, and there is the first out of the inning.
Power slider down and in, 87 miles an hour. You can vary the change and the break on this pitch. The harder it gets, limits the movement, but pretty good down action right there. Smith swings over the top.
See if Ross can survive the first inning. 3 innings is the shortest outing he's had this year. Here's Wellington Castillo, comes in with a 3-game hit streak, extended it with a 2 for 3 in the ball game last night, up and in. So Ross had given up only 3 home runs in his first 5 starts, and he has already given up 2 in the first inning of start number 6. Foul back by Castillo. So now the brains are moving over there, and oh my gosh, Doug Brocail, what are you going to do? Along with Jeff Banish to the manager. If you got a guy who comes out in the 2nd inning, a manager's nightmare.
All right. And one thing you don't want to do is burn up the bullpen.
Yeah.
It's been a weakness anyway. And if they get tired, they get a little weaker.
Yep. 2-1 strikeout. So the Orioles just unloading. They needed only 3 to win the ball game last night. 2-1 delivery on the way, and that'll turn inside. Just missed him on that front arm elbow area. And Wellington with a 3-1 strikeout. Well, I got my answer to why the ERA is 5.3.
Right.
Tyler Ross.
Goodness.
Wow. 3-1 delivery on the way, and that one in the air to right field. It'll back up Chu into that well out there, and he will put it away. And there are 2 down.
Getting hit pretty hard. Take a look at Ross's record against the American League East. He's got some problems. I mean, 7 starts, 24 appearances, though. This will be his 25th. 10.10 earned run average with a 2.25 whip. He struggles against the East. Got to be a mind block in there somewhere, because it's getting bigger as we speak.
Tyson Ross against the Orioles with that 0-2 record. It's been a while. Has not faced the Orioles since 2012. But not much has changed as far as the numbers are concerned for Tyson Ross, with that ERA of over 17 against the Orioles. If anything, has gone up here in the first inning.
Right. Wow.
So the Orioles have batted around. Tejada, the number 9 hitter, will foul that one off. He had a 1 for 3, picked up an RBI in the ball game last night. 2 down, nobody on, but the Orioles putting up a big 6 spot here in the first inning.
Yeah, pretty amazing what can happen. Give big league teams just extra opportunities, and really came with the first batter. Adam Jones hit a line drive, looked like a sure out right at Beltre, but either the sun got in his eyes or something.
And a called strike. Shoewater down there at first base makes the call. The Orioles are retired, but not before the big damage is done. Jonathan Scope, 2 RBI double. Chris Davis delivering a 2-run homer, and Trey Mancini a 2 RBI shot of his own. Increasing his RBI lead to 57 with the Orioles. Trey Mancini, 2 RBI shot, and Dylan Bundy gave up the home run to the starter, leadoff man Chu, but got the next 3 outs, and now goes to the mound in a very different position than when he left it.
Yeah, boy, what an answer by the Oriole offense. That's got to make Bundy feel pretty good. I mean, more aggressive in the zone.
Napoli, who came on as a pinch hitter in the ball game last night, went 0 for 1. Is the designated hitter in the ball game tonight. One 0 count, shift on in the infield against him. Napoli will take it on the outside corner. Napoli 0 for 3. Only times he has faced Dylan Bundy. Bundy with the 1-0 mark against the Texas Rangers. His second start against them and his fourth appearance. 1-1 pitch. He really shut him down August of last year here in this ballpark. He went 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Career low established against Texas in that 1 hit 7 inning performance. Napoli waiting on a 1-2. He'll take it. It'll just miss away.
Try with the heater right there. Dylan Bundy, it's a smooth, repeatable delivery that he's really mastered, and I think a key to really saving his arm. Mechanically very sound, but there is deception as he slides down the mound. Kind of a quiet delivery and then explosion.
Big tall pop-up coming back over the screen, and that's out of play.
And how about the Rangers? We talked about their long balls, and we've seen 2017 third in all of Major League Baseball, second in the American League with 1.51 homers per game and a steady climb. So you see what the Rangers are trying to do, compete with the long ball in the game. Well, they're there right now. Some inconsistencies with the back end of their bullpen. Got them in second place in the West.
Another towering pop up down the line in left field. Tejada may have the best angle, but not going to have a play anyway. On the convergence, Manny Machado, Tejada, Mancini all going over. That was a few rows back. And Napoli with a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
I see everybody going to get that baseball. Good sign. Everybody wanting to get the outs.
Ball club has gone 9-9 in the starts made by Dylan Bundy. 18th start for him here tonight. His early career number, 18 wins and 14 losses for the 24-year-old. 2-2 delivery on the way, and a foul ball on the 7th pitch of the at bat. Right through the wickets on Castillo, and 2-2.
Good located fastball right there. He certainly has to be careful with Napoli. Only the 200 batting average, 202, but 20 home runs. Veteran hitter knows what to look for in certain situations. Better execute the pitches properly.
Napoli long time feature in Los Angeles, and then of course the Orioles saw a lot of him in Boston. Played there 2013 through most of 15. There's another one of those long fly balls deep center. Jones with room, and on the warning track puts it away.
That's when you say thank you very much. And a high pop up to Adam Jones. Napoli wanted to hit that one over the batter's eye in center field. A little bit of a mistake right there that ends up being a big first out for Bundy.
Tough for a team like Texas to get comeback wins. When you're relying on the home run, and you get behind early by this much, you got to get somebody else on base.
Right.
And they don't do that.
You're right.
They'll hit the home runs, but solo shots, and a comeback's difficult. And they're really not a team built around playing some small ball to get guys on. You get big cuts like that, no matter what the score is. Odor at the plate. 1 down, nobody on here in the 2nd inning. He had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. He has not had a hit in his last 19 at bats. And the Orioles put the shift on right here. 0-1 delivery to him is a breaking ball, fooled him, but it will miss 1-1.
Good slow one, really slowed him down there. 76 miles an hour with the slow hook. Got the firm slider that'll play off the fastball. Times he'd get it a little cutterish. And it's best though when it's got a little tilt at the end.
Odor the other way, and that's going to go off the glove and into left field. Manny was playing in at the shortstop position, and Odor will pick up a base hit, I believe, and that should end as 0 for 19. The Birds are going to host these Rangers and Astros all this week, and after the game on Friday, enjoy post-game fireworks presented by Midstate Community Bank. Then on Saturday, all fans 21 and over receive the infielders bottle stopper set. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. 1 down and 1 on. Odor getting the single. LaCroix, he's carried the hot bat in the lineup over the past week. He's got a 5-game hit streak. He had a 1 for 3 last night. And the off-speed delivery is in there for a strike. Last night we started out with the battle of the pitchers. We'll see whether or not this game is going to become a battle of the bats. Too early to tell, but the long run, but certainly early on it is. Davis holding the runner at first base. 0-1 delivery. That'll be away, and a 1-ball 1-strike count.
Yeah, sometimes you worry, early in a ball game, put up a big crooked number, and just kind of gives you time to come back. The Orioles did it against the Cubs that opening night, down by 8 runs.
Yep.
Ended up tying it up by the end of it. So the Rangers probably in the clubhouse, dugout, saying, hey, we just peck away, get back into this ball game. Of course, the Orioles saying, let's keep the foot on the neck and keep going. Keep this offense hot.
Croy watching, a strike, and the count goes to 1-2. He's had an 0 for 2 against the Orioles. Dylan Bundy. Outfield deep against almost all of these hitters, who are all predominantly fly ball hitters with power. 1-2 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss, and a good pitch down and away, and Bundy gets the strikeout.
Yeah, plus slider right there from Bundy. Throws it hard, playing it off the 4-seam fastball. Here it comes, 4-seamer. No. How about the tilt on the end there? Throwing it hard. And LaCroix out in front. Trying to gear up for the 4-seamer.
It'll bring up Carlos Gomez. Rangers can already look back at all the things that went wrong that could have changed the 6-run first inning. Jones reaching on the air at third on the ball. Looked like it got caught in the trailing sunlight or something. Almost took Beltre's head off. And then the walk. Machado, he'd end up scoring, and then the home run that ended up off Gomez's glove that he could have pulled back. I mean, all of that changes the entire inning in the first. But you make your breaks, you give yourselves the chance to get it done. You hit the ball hard, you hit it deep.
Right.
That's what the Orioles did.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously the mistake by Beltre off Jones, but Manny having the patience with that at bat, not trying to do too much, and that's really kind of been the problem with Manny the first few months. I think he put the weight of the team on his shoulders. He wanted to be that guy, and every time he stepped in there, he tried to hit it 600 feet. He's going to have his power numbers, but right now, it's nice and controlled, taking the base hits and squaring up the baseball.
Long hold, no pitch. Timeout had been asked for and granted. Brian Gorman, the home plate umpire. Gomez, the 0 for 2 last night. Manny drew that walk and would score. The Orioles 3 2 RBI producers in the inning. He wanted desperately to crank on that. It broke inside on him. He really couldn't even get the bat turned far enough. 1-1.
Yeah, good life in there, and a separator for Dylan Bundy. He's not afraid to brush guys off the plate. He's kind of got that old school mentality. This is my plate, and he's going to establish it.
Bunter off first and hitting. Well, Bundy has hit 6 batters on the season now. So at 2 away, Texas will have runners on at first and second base. Nowhere to go on that one.
Yeah, one thing you don't want to do is let him back in situations like that. One thing to move the feet, but we don't want to get it in there enough to hit him, put more guys on base, and one swing of the bat. Rangers right back in this.
And Joey Gallo is playing at first base. Last night with the 0 for 1. Note the 21 home runs, even though it's just a 191 batting average this year. He too has been struggling. Last 17 games he's hitting 111. 2 down and 2 on. Gallo will take the pitch, and it will miss for a ball. Gallo has seen his average drop down. You saw the 191. That is the lowest qualifying batting average in the American League. Bottom of the pile, and yet 21 homers. 1-0 pitch on the way. Shift on against him. Off speed breaking ball. That's going to miss. Now this inning, the pitches start to pile up for Dylan Bundy.
Yeah, falling behind here. You don't want to do that with Gallo and those 21 home runs. I think the game's kind of changed in that regard. It's all about scoring runs, and a home run, obviously the quickest way to do it. And this Rangers team, basically it's modern baseball.
Off speed delivery, and that time way out in front, and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
They're scoring 4.5 runs per game.
Yeah, it could be over 6,000 home runs this year for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Seen that grow over the last few seasons incrementally. 2-1. Runners get their leads. That'll be outside. 3 ball, 1 strike count. There are your base runners, Odor, Gomez.
Bundy having to work this inning and come up with a big pitch here.
Yeah, that's a big at bat right now. 3-1 delivery on the way, and the bases are loaded. So a single, a hit batter, and a walk. They have loaded the bases. There are 2 down, however. And a chance to get out of it. Only 1 needed. Shin-Soo Choo delivered the leadoff home run. His 13th of the year will stand in. Choo has now had 12 career home runs against the Orioles, and 7 have come in this ballpark. And now the sacks are full. Odor, Gomez, Gallo. Manny has to stay in at third, even in this situation, to take away the bunt for a base hit opportunity. He moves back a step now, and he certainly isn't deep. Delivery to Choo, taking, and it is in there for a strike.
You definitely have to honor the bunt. He's going to take what's given, especially in this situation, and the fact that it's still so early in the ball game. There's an opportunity there to pick 1 or 2 up, extend this inning, force Bundy to make more pitches. They're just going to try to do it.
0-1 delivery on the way to Choo. That'll be inside. Good stop made Castillo. Odor is getting a very good secondary lead at third base. He's jumping off. Bundy has that unusual number of 6 hit batters, but no wild pitches this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Choo has gone 1 for 4 with the bases loaded this year. No grand salami. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and Choo will foul that one off the other way, and Dillon will get a big hit on this count, 1-2.
And a fastball, though, leaking back over the heart of the plate. Bundy kind of looking up in the stands saying, come on now, you got to get that heater in there. Self-talk. Not that third pitch. That's supposed to be a fastball in. Inside corner. Boy, almost right where Choo hit that home run.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, bases loaded. Choo waiting, takes it, bounces. Count goes to 2-2.
Another good block by Castillo. Better take by Choo, not even flinching on that breaking ball.
Dylan Bundy, an inning of tough pitches. 2-2 delivery on the way. Choo goes after it, fouls off another one.
Hard time getting a glove side right now. This long inning taking a toll on Bundy. Come up with that 1 pitch.
Choo with a great eye at the plate. He's 5th in walks in the American League. Not one to chase. 2 ball, 2 strike count, and he won't on that one. So we'll go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the 7th pitch of this at bat, with Odor, Gomez, and Gallo waiting. Choo will step out.
And Castillo trying to get on the same page right here.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners are going. Choo, ground ball. That'll go to second. Jonathan Scope, play over to first base, and that does it. A big out. Bases are left loaded, and it is 6-1.
Game 2 of the 4-game set, and Adam Jones getting things started, or is it Beltre opening the floodgates for the Orioles offense? Jonathan Scope, 25th double, 57th RBI. Orioles on the board, and then Crush Davis is back. 396 away, 101 miles an hour off the bat with a little assist. And the center fielder, how about Trumbull hustling out the single, and boom, boom. Yeah, the rookie is red hot. 15th home run of the year. Orioles explode in the first inning. A big 6 runs. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Bundy works his way out of the jam in the second inning to hold the lead, and the Orioles will start all over again right where they began the first inning. Adam Jones reached on the error charge to Beltre. Adam looking for his first hit here in these 4-game set. That one will go all the way to the backstop by Ross. There's lots of offense, lots of base runners, and lots of pitches have been thrown, and we're only in the bottom of the second inning. Machado and Scope will follow. Breaking ball away. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah, nasty pitch.
Yeah, Tyson Ross has, he just has numbers that are all over the place. Batting average, bases empty against him is 163. He's going to add to that by getting a fly ball out right here. To get somebody on base, and it jumps up by 100 points. The batting average of opponents if there's anybody on base. Strange numbers. Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, Denise Jones from Severn. 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs, went up to 50,000. Or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/home run. And Denise, you've already got an extra grand. We're only in the second.
Yeah.
So good luck the rest of the way. And a breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. Manny with a big walk, coming around to score in the first inning. Tyson Ross's delivery, and that'll be taken for a strike at the knees. Manny now, we're talking about his multi-hit games, the last 7 of them. He's hitting 500 in those games, 14 for 28. And an 0-2 fastball that rides away. Manny's got the bat going.
He really does. And I think it's all just quieting down in the box. Heads being a little bit more still. Seeing the ball a little bit longer.
1-2 miss away.
Good patience, and here's the result. July, just a monster month going right now. 358 with that 988 OPS. He's got 19 hits this month. He had 22 hits in June, 22 hits in May, so almost there. It only it's the 14th game.
Swing and a foul tip held on to. McCroy did, and that will be a strikeout. Tyson Ross gets his 3rd K.
Look here, fastball on the side, a little cut action right there. Man, he fouls it straight back into the glove of LaCroix. Able to hang on the second out. Man, he trying to knock it out twice. Quick apology though.
Yes.
Oh, man.
2 down, nobody on. Jonathan Scope, 2 RBI double his first time up. Pitch bounces in front of the plate. Adding another extra base hit to his total. Scope is now tied with Altuve and Abreu for 6th in extra base hits in the American League. Just out of the doubles top 10. That'll be fouled off outside of third base. And a 1 ball 1 strike count on Scope.
Really just hammering the ball this year. Big time extra base hits. 25 doubles. All those home runs, leading the league in just about every, or the team in every offensive category.
And another base hit. That's going to go in the gap. Gomez coming over. He'll get it in time to hold him to a base hit. But Jonathan is 2 for 2.
Another nice swing by Jonathan Scope. Big game going right now. Jonathan Scope, like Manny, they're at their best. They're line drive hitters, but their line drives go about 450 feet sometimes.
Well, the Orioles keep it going with 2 down and give Chris Davis a chance with a runner on. Chris with a home run his first time up, 2 RBIs, 15th of the year for him. The 2 down here, and the pitch will be taken up high for a ball. So both these starters piling up pitches early in this ball game. 1-0 count. Scope, not a big lead. Shift on with Davis up, and that one will be down and in, and the count goes to 2-0. Chris had faced Ross only with a couple of at bats prior to tonight. He's 1 for 2 against Tyson Ross. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Chris will take it, and that's inside. Well, take a look at our Coons.com league leaderboard. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Now, the O's have been really good this season with scoring runs with 2 outs. A 2-out opportunity here, but 5th with 166. You know it, though, a couple teams, American League East, and they're the Rangers in that category as well.
3-0 delivery and a green light and a foul ball. So it goes to 3-1 for Ross. A long night already. Trying to find outs. They have not come easy for him. Scope the conversation. Joey Gallo. Here's the 3-1 and the runner not going. That ball had to pull the hands back in. Bermuda triangle. Nice catch by Odor. The second baseman, who was playing out in shallow right field, did not get called off, and Ronald Odor goes back and makes the leaping catch. Orioles no runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. The O's lead it 6-1. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by Antwerpen Toyota. Get in the game this season with a new Toyota from Antwerpen Toyota. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick. After a few thunder bumpers went around town, a beautiful sunset at Camden Yards tonight here in downtown Baltimore. Houston's going to be coming in for the weekend set starting Friday, and they're not going to have their all-star shortstop. Carlos Correa's gone 6 to 8 weeks. A torn left thumb. He came out of the ball game last night in Seattle late. It's the same injury Mike Trout had. It kept Trout out for 6.5 weeks. So Correa is out. And the pitch in there for a strike. Buck was talking about that today when he went home. He was watching the game. It was a late game West Coast. And Buck was saying, I didn't see any update on the injury. I thought he had a broken arm. He was hit so hard, and it ends up being a torn ligament in the thumb. So he's that's a big loss for Houston.
Boy, it sure is. We were talking about the young stars in the open. He's certainly one of those players making a huge impact on that team.
They will be very happy to have the lead that they do when you suffer an injury like that. 15.5 games over Seattle and 16.5 over this Texas team in the division. A 1-ball 2-strike count. Andrus not happy with the call, but very consistent. Brian Gorman, a plus for pitchers when it comes to close calls. If it's around the plate, you better swing. That one is going to be foul back and out of play. Somebody made a good point today. Another reason games are lengthened, and this is, I hope, a fair statement because it's true. In the past, before Questrek came in, where every pitch that an umpire calls is being monitored and recorded by a computer system, umpires would tell guys on the field, it's 10-1. It's the 7th inning. I'm calling strikes. You boys better be ready to swing.
Yeah,
and they meant it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they meant it. We can't do that anymore because every pitch is now measured and they're judged on it by the electronic measuring device. So you don't get those calls anymore to maybe that speed a game up a little bit. And maybe you shouldn't. I mean, maybe that's not fair, but it certainly used to happen. Some of the umpires would be really vocal about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they all had their own tendencies, you know. Some would favor the outside corner, so the plate would open up in that direction, and you kind of knew going in what to expect.
Yeah.
You could argue, but to no avail. They never changed their game plan.
Down to third. That will be a foul ball. Andrus battling here. Nazara Beltre coming up. Nice play. Souvenir. Glove in hand. Yes.
Yeah.
Count full at 3-2. Andrus will go down swinging. Bundy located that one right where he wanted it to be.
Sure did. Nice sequence of pitches there throughout this at bat. It's Elvis Andrus working hard in and then dotting the heater on that outer third. 93 miles an hour. Good pitch there from Bundy.
Nomar Mazara coming to the plate. The 22-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. Last season, his rookie year, hit .266. Played in 145 games. One down, nobody on. Mazara flied to left field his first time up. And the pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, his rookie season at just 21, hit 20 homers.
Yeah.
They had a lot of high hopes for this young man. Right kind of makeup, kind of military background. So, works hard, disciplined.
Jammed him. Manny on the run. With room, puts it away. 2 down. After Sunday's home game versus those Astros, it'll be time for the kids to run the bases. Presented by Wise Markets. And all fans 4 to 14 can run the Oriole Park bases just like their favorite birds. You can get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Long 10-game homestand. And lots of cotton candy will remain for the weekend series. We're not going to let them eat all of it during the Texas series. There'll be plenty left. 2 down, nobody on. Beltre will take the pitch outside for a ball. We'll continue this one tomorrow night. Kevin Gausman 5-7. Martin Perez 5-6. 6:30 O's Extra. 7 o'clock on Masson. And Wade Miley, Cole Hamels will go in game 4. 2-0 count on Beltre, who flied to center field his first time up. There's Kevin.
We can try to get things going.
Trying to get the little Tillman magic there.
Yeah, right. Boy, Chris Tillman came up with some big pitches last night when he needed them.
Manny will cut that one off. Makes the running throw over to first base to Chris in a 1-2-3 inning. So we go to the bottom of the third with the Orioles on top early. Big time. 6-1. Page. Tampa Bay certainly running for the division title. They need help. Ray's bullpen, Achilles heel this year, 4-4, 16 blown saves, a lot of innings. Team considering bringing in Justin Wilson from the Tigers. Mark Tompkin covers Tampa Bay. Red Sox, how about this? They were going to use a 6-man rotation. Now they're up to 7. As a result, Brian Johnson, a left-hander, is going to make the spot start against the Blue Jays. He's pitching tonight out of the bullpen. And Greg Bird tweeted today he had an operation on his ankle, plans to be back this season. The injury was 4 months ago, but they could not get it diagnosed. He finally did last week, he said, and had the operation and hopes to be back.
Yeah, Bird, maybe another one of those great young players to make an impact on that team. And unfortunately, they have lost him due to injury last couple seasons. But Red Sox up there, what, are they trying to reinvent the wheel or something with the 7-man rotation?
Oh, no. Foul back. It's all about the, I mean, we're right back to where we always are. It's innings pitched by starters. Mike and I was talking to Mike between the innings here. It used to be 200 was the mark starters were after. 200 plus. You get 225. The long guys would get 250.
Yeah.
Now it's like 150. If you can work 150 innings as a starter, you're probably up there among the leaders.
Yeah, it seems like it's getting lower and lower, doesn't it?
So Farrell in Boston, he'd planned to use 6 pitchers to start his rotation in the first week, and then decided, because of the lefty-righty situation, to go to 7 and get a left-hander in starting tonight out of the bullpen. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Mike Trumbo, he'll take the pitch inside. Trumbo a base hit, a run scored in that first inning.
Well, interesting with the number of veteran pitchers they have over there. If they're on board with their routine getting kind of shuffled a little bit in the middle of the season.
That one out of play. Well, for Oriole fans, certainly of interest, the report today in Bleacher Report, which is now spreading around other media. Peter Angelos, the owner of the Orioles, has given Dan Duquette, GM, the approval to pursue trades for O's top relievers and Seth Smith.
Huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
Everything has a price.
Right? Well, I think the Orioles are in a good position, even if they don't make any move. You know, and I think the Orioles have a ton of talent, and if their starting pitching stepped up just a little bit, they'd be right in the hunt. You know, potentially leading the American League East, but certainly in the wild card hunt. So they can sit back and take offers. So, well, you could do a little bit better than that, can't you?
Yeah.
How bad do you want this guy?
Boy, when it comes to the closer,
yeah,
a lot of teams want him real bad.
Definitely.
For Zach Britton. So the walk goes to Trumbo, a leadoff walk. And for Tyson Ross, the problems continue. That's the second walk he has surrendered. Good long at bat by Trumbo as well. Trey Mancini will foul that one back into the screen. Mancini delivering the long ball his first time up. As Trey continues to put up the big numbers, second to Judge in almost all of the offensive categories for rookies in the American League. He has 15 homers on the year. Ross with the 0-1 delivery all the way to the backstop down to second base. Trumbo. That'll be wild pitch number 4 for Ross this year.
Another opportunity here for the Orioles. With a spike in this pitch, the front foot sticks, turns right around, looks at it, gives it a little kick. Tillman do that a couple times yesterday.
So Mancini with a 1-1 strikeout and a runner in scoring position, and he still is number 1 in the league in this department. Fouls it off, hitting .407 with runners in scoring position. Dustin Pedroia is at .380, second. Adam Jones has moved back into the top 10 in that department as well, hitting .344. Already a 2 RBI ball game for Trey. Big lead at second base. Ground ball to third. Beltre up, looks the runner back, and records the out. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting the American Diabetes Association. 235 walks, $11,750. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. One down, runner remains at second.
And you knew Seth Smith was going to be attractive to a lot of teams.
Yep.
You know, veteran left-handed bat, big numbers this year, the 10 home runs straight away in yesterday's ball game.
Strikeout victim his first time up. Shift on against him. The off-speed breaking ball is in there for a strike.
I think every player ultimately wants to play on the team that they go to spring training with. You know, you work together and try to pull on the same rope, try to hoist that trophy at the end of the year. And you know, in the midway point, you kind of reevaluate things. And, you know, there's potential there to maybe play with another team postseason if your numbers are good enough and if you have that kind of value. Seth Smith certainly does with that left-handed bat.
There have been a number of players over baseball's history who played one game with a team in last place and woke up the next day in first place.
Yeah.
As they move cities. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Trumbo off second base. Ross the delivery to him, and that will be inside at 92. And the count goes to 2-1. Castillo waiting on deck. Seth with a long ball last night. It proved to be the game-winning RBI for the Orioles. Trumbo will be held a little closer now by Odor. He was really wandering off the bag, or by the shortstop, Andrus. 2-1 pitch on the way. Smith takes. That misses.
Good take, and the Orioles continue to just kind of wait Ross out. He's shown some flashes of plus pitches as far as command, working the edges, but he can make some mistakes. And the Orioles sticking with that game plan, waiting him out, looking for that pitch up and out over.
Seth, the hot bat, 4-game hit streak, 7 for 17 during the streak. Nice off-speed pitch, came in at 83 that time and floated it into the strike zone, and a full count, 3-2. Now with 7 career leadoff home runs, 5 of them have come this year for the Orioles. He's had 13 multi-hit games. Three ball, 2 strike delivery. Smith a ground ball into the shift. Odor makes the play. Trumbo moves up, and there are 2 down. Wellington Castillo, he'll go for the 2-out RBI. Flied out to right field his first time up. Castillo with a 3 for 9 lifetime against Ross. He and Trumbo have had the most at bats in the Orioles lineup against Tyson Ross. 2 down, runner off third, up and in.
Ross a little surprised he's still in this ball game after that first inning. He's still kind of laboring through with the command problems. Himself behind a lot of the Oriole hitters.
In the air to right, down into that corner. Chu. Ball carried all the way to the wall. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base, 3 complete, with the Orioles up 6-1. Ball is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Really pretty night again here at Camden Yards. Great night for baseball. That's
when you eat ice cream, you go face first.
Exactly right.
Yes.
Exactly right. And I've become a real fan of whoever that is immediately. So Dylan Bundy with that 6-1 lead, try and cut down the pitch count a little bit, stay in the ball game maybe a little longer as we go to the 4th inning. The Orioles with a 6-run, 3-hit first inning, error and a walk contributing. Orioles getting the Chris Davis 2-run homer, the Mancini 2-run homer, the 2 RBI double by Jonathan Scope. And the floater will be on the inside corner for a strike. Napoli flied out first time up. A lot of off-speed first pitches tonight.
Yeah,
Huh?
hey, nice way to steal a strike if you can command that breaking ball. And keep these hitters off balance because now they know it's in there, in the back of their head. Dylan Bundy's got to locate that heater.
And Dawes on the outside corner at 91 and an 0-2 count. Here at home for Dylan this year, 9 starts, 4-4. ERA 3.86. In his home ballpark, 4.20 on the road. 0-2 delivery, hit hard. Napoli's got, it's a unique kind of funny swing where that bat comes out rather quickly and then he just snaps it.
Yeah.
And it's been his career move, and it's worked.
We'll take a look here. Dylan Bundy trying to paint that fastball in the outside corner, and he does, but Napoli gets a little wristus in there, reaching out and just smoking it or pulling it to left field. Definitely a pull hitter, not looking to drive the ball the other way, just looking to drive the ball in general. That time getting the head out in front and the fastball away.
Can you imagine him trying to eat ice cream like that? That would not be pretty. You would be shampooing the beard 4 or 5 times. So the leadoff man on here in the 4th inning on the base hit number 3 for the Rangers. A high strike call Odor. Odor at a base hit his first time up, ending his 0 for 19. Remember, the Rangers last night had only 3 hits in the ball game as they were an offensive team held down. The Orioles did a great job with it. Trying to continue that here tonight. 0-1 delivery, arms up, pitch was inside. Big road trip for Texas and their hopes for a wild card spot. 2-2 on a 10-day trip. They went 2-1 Kansas City, lost the first game here, and they've got 3 games at Tampa Bay for Jeff Bannister's ball club. Here's the 1-1 delivery by Bundy. No chance on that one. 1-2.
Yeah, just kind of challenged him with the fastball there. Dylan Bundy, pretty good spin rate on his fastball, so kind of holds true through the zone. It's right down the middle, but at times get that little extra life through the zone. And the hitter gets a little too big on that pitch.
1-2 delivery, and that's that big cut. Didn't get it. Strikeout number 3.
A nice finish on the breaking ball there. No mistake as he jumps out ahead. No way am I giving up a 2-strike hit and burying the curve. Get that first out. Nice finish on the Bundy breaking ball.
Ooh. That'll bring LaCroix to the plate. Strikeout victim his first time up. Bundy with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Texas's lone run, the leadoff homer by Chu. 1 down, base is empty. Croy will rifle that one down the line. It's going to turn foul. Right into that corner. And a 1-strike count. Napoli back over to first base.
And Napoli, one of those big bats in the offseason, had a hard time finding a job. And finally, the Rangers figured, hey, we need a little extra thump if we're going to compete. Good thing they did. He's contributed pretty big with the 20 homers.
0-1 count. Bundy's delivery to him, and that'll miss inside. Bundy will go 1-1. LaCroix checking down at third base. See if there's certainly no steal going on here, but could move somebody, I guess. When you're down 6-1, you're just trying to get some folks on base.
Yeah. At times the Rangers can get it a little bit reckless on the base pass, but I don't think they're going to be sending Napoli.
Towering fly ball again. Jones coming in. Adam will get there and put it away. He had plenty of time. Almost all the way into second base. 2 down. Lock in your Birdland summer with True Great fan giveaways featuring the Birds All-Star second baseman on Tuesday, August 1. All fans get a Jonathan Scope t-shirt. Then on Saturday, August 5, the first 25,000 fans 15 and over get the Jonathan Scope bobblehead. Presented by Ocean City, Maryland. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Jonathan. Shirt and a bobblehead all in the same week.
Wow. Yeah, quite a year for Jonathan Scope.
Here's Carlos Gomez, 2 down. Napoli at first, boxed and blocked by Castillo. Gomez was hit by a pitch his first time up.
Gomez not having the best day. He got the assist on the home run. Hit by the pitch.
Nobody likes me. Bundy's 1-0 delivery to him, way out in front. 82. He was looking for 92.
Yeah. Bundy, good slider tonight. Nice little finish on the end right here. It dives down and away. A little bit of head pull. Boy, he gets exposed.
Napoli a leadoff walk. They've not been able to do anything with it. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and that will just miss on the outside corner.
Good miss. Bundy had problems over there with that glove side, leaking back over the plate, making sure there just off the edge.
2 ball, 1 strike count on Gomez. Napoli a short lead over there at first base. Timeout asked for. Well, now Houston's George Springer tonight hit on the wrist hand with a pitch. He's trying to stay in the ball game, but Houston's got some problems. Boy, they hit fly balls that are so high. Mancini over, and he'll put it away. Just tracking those things requires radar. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Orioles up.
Top of the world and I can't come down. No, no, I can't come down. This is how it feels to stand on the clouds. The place is here, the time is now. On top of the world and I can't come down. No, no, I can't.
Orioles trying to make it 2 in a row against the Rangers. Have the 6-1 lead here at Camden Yards. And we'll try and add to it as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. What a gorgeous night out here at the ballpark. Tejada will be leading it off. He struck out his first time up, then Jones and Machado. Ruben Tejada with a big RBI in the ball game last night, part of a 2-run 3-hit 7th inning for the Orioles. That'll go off the top of the glove. Up high for a ball to Tejada.
Once again, Ross falling behind here. You see the pitches, 69 thrown in that rough first inning. He's able to put up a couple zeros though back to back. He's got to keep the pressure on him, trying to get into that pen.
1-0 delivery and another one foul back. I'm surprised the pitch count is as low as it is.
Yeah.
For what seemingly has been some extended at bats in that very extended first inning. So they do not want to go to that bullpen unless they absolutely have to. So Ross may be being asked a little bit here to take one for the club.
Yeah.
So Doug Brocail, pitching coach there. Pitch inside. And a 2-ball 1-strike count. The outs have not been easy. Talk about pressure pitches. And in this ball game, even after the first inning, outs have been hard. And some pretty deep counts. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that's going to be a base hit. So Tejada's on with a leadoff single here in the 4th inning. And the Orioles shortstop picking his average up here over the last week.
Yeah, nice swing right there by Tejada, staying on top. That line drive swing, hard on the ground, or line drives from Tejada. Best medicine. He gets the ball in the air. Chances are pretty good it's going to be an out.
Here's Adam Jones. I want to congratulate Adam. He has been named the Heart and Hustle Award winner for the Orioles for 2017. It's voted on by former players in the Major League Players Baseball Alumni Association, which Brooks Robinson has had a great deal to do with over the years, supporting work for youngsters through their fundraising efforts by the Players Association, retired. So congratulations to Adam. One is selected from each team, and then the Alumni Association dinner in the fall will name one of the 30 as the Heart and Hustle winner of the year. 1-0 pitch on the way, and that will be taken outside, and that's going to bring LaCroix out to the mound. So second time up, and you wonder how long they're going to go here. Brocail's going to come out running.
And try to get him back in the zone. Consistent command throughout this ball game, and just seems like every hitter falling behind. Brocail knows that boy, this offense too many opportunities, and they're going to capitalize. First inning, a quick 6 spot on Ross.
So a very quick visit, and the count at 2-0. This game not being played at a crisp pace. 2-0 count. Tailing pitch away. Adam swinging at a pitch he wanted to pull, and that was not a pullable pitch.
Yeah, just 2-0 count. I think Adam selling out on a fastball. He drops a nasty little slider on the outside corner.
Dodd on at first base, being held by Gallo. Adam reached on the air, scored in the first, flied out second time up to center field. Jones will get that one over to first base. Bobbled. Everybody's going to be safe. Gallo moving off the bag, wanted to go to second base, but never got the baseball in the middle.
No, I don't know if that ball was spinning or if he just had the wrong kind of glove position. Let's take a look. Tejada at first base, a little shuffle off, and Adam Jones coming his way, and maybe a little spin kicked it away. And he tried to square up with the glove. Why not a little backhand as it works to that side? And you see, just gets a little stiff on it, even with the big glove. Can't find the webbing there. E3 and Orioles threatening again.
2 errors committed tonight by the Rangers. They are ranked the eighth most errors, right in the middle of the pack in the American League. And their defense has allowed one unearned run already in that first inning on the Beltre error, and Jones hit one down there. Now Manny Machado with runners at first and second, and again there's nobody out, and a check swing on a pitch that will miss for a ball. Orioles already 2 for 5 in these situations. They had 5 total chances with a runner in scoring position in 9 innings last night. 1-0. Tejada off second, Jones off first, and Manny will take the pitch on the inside corner for a strike.
Manny shaking his head right there. I don't know if he didn't think that was a strike, or maybe he thought he should have pulled the trigger on that inside breaking ball.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. That one tails way outside. Another one with good break. 1 and 2. He's thrown some pretty good pitches at times, but they're just inconsistent.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and he's an all-star. A couple years ago was an all-star, so certainly some good stuff in that arm, but just the inconsistencies with after the surgery as far as command. But sure, at times you see some plus break on the slider. Even the fastball, some pretty good natural cut action as it works away.
1-2 count. Little nubber off the end of the bat. Manny has had good numbers in these situations all year, up over the 280 mark, 283 coming in with runners in scoring position. That's why, even though the average is low, he has still been able to pick up the RBI production at 47 runs batted in. Scope still the leader on the Orioles with 57. He's picked up 2 tonight. Trey Mancini has added a couple, so he's up to 47. 1-2 delivery on the way, and a check swing strike called. That was not on the swing, that was on location.
Yeah, a little backup breaking ball right here. And Manny kind of anticipating a break, but it just kind of stays straight on that inside corner. Drops in. Manny thinking, boy, I didn't think it ever came back on the plate. Just catching that inside corner.
So that'll be strikeout number 4 for Tyson Ross. Jonathan Scope already 2 for 2 in the ball game. A double and a single. 2 RBIs. Runners remain at first and second with 2 down. Not getting ahead of hitters. Count goes to 1-0. Jonathan now up to 29 multi-hit games. He's had 1 4-hit game, 3 3-hit ball games. 1-0 delivery to him. Over the top of it, fouls it off.
Ross really going to that slider right now. Middle of this ball game.
Ross was coming off pretty good starts. Last 3, 1-0 and a 3.24 ERA over his last 3 games. The Orioles disrupted those numbers in the first inning. 1-1 pitch on the way. Movement, but not far enough to get a strike. And the count goes to 2-1. He missed 2.5 months with that off-season shoulder surgery, recovering this year. Slow start, as you might expect when he first came out. First couple of starts, then seemed to settle down. Next 3, but this one the Orioles pounced on him early. 2-1, nice stop. Corey reaching out, having to glove that. Saves the base, advance. 3-1.
Good, so slider happy, starting to lose the feel for the fastball. Seen him spike a few of them over there on that glove side.
Three-1 delivery. And we'll do another 3-2. Fouled over the screen. So Scope works it to a full count. Tejada at second base. Jones on at first. Orioles leading at 6-1. Bundy getting plenty of time on the bench between innings in these first 4. Here's the full count delivery, and he walks him, and they're loaded. Third walk surrendered, and that's it. No, not the start they had wanted, not the start he wanted in his 6th of the year. Tyson Ross will be coming out of the ball game on the losing side of it with those 6 runs, 5 earned, scored against him in the first inning, and he leaves responsible for 3 on base. Davis coming up.
Only lasting 3 1/3. Surprised he even made it out of the first inning as the Orioles exploded. A couple home runs, 6 runs on the board. Only 5 of them earned. And an error by Beltre, the first hitter of the ball game, led to the 6 runs. He's going to give way to the bullpen. This pitching change brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. And let's take a look at the arm here. Austin Bibbins Dirks went out of the pen. This will be his 11th appearance, but had to make 5 spot starts for this ball club due to injury. Picked up 3 wins, 404 earned run average. That's all 4 pitches. Nothing overpowering or overwhelming. Just likes to throw strikes. Opponent's hitting 226 off him. This is his first stint in the big leagues. He's a long time minor leaguer. He's had to really work to get an opportunity at the major league level. Pretty good with the first batter in his opportunity. He's only 0 for 3.
Well, this is what relievers have nightmares about, depending on the outcome. He'll come out with the bases loaded, and he's got to face Chris Davis with only 1 out. Davis, the home run in the first inning, number 15, popped out his 2nd time up. Sacks are full for the Orioles. Infield, of course, will play at double play depth, hoping Dirks can come away with a ground ball. His pitch on the way, and that's going to be way up for ball 1.
And Dirks known to just mix it up. All of his pitches has command. Stay aggressive in the strike zone. Just try to keep hitters off balance.
1-0 count, 1 down. Outfield way back all the way around. Dirks delivery. In the air, deep to center, back at the wall, and goodbye, home run! A grand salami. The crusher puts it out into deep center field, and the Orioles add 4 and lead it 10-1.
Welcome back, Chris Davis. They needed this thump in the lineup. Second home run tonight, 16th on the year. We talked about him coming out early today with him, Coach Scott Coolbaugh. A little extra work for the Crusher seems to have paid off with a couple long balls tonight.
Towering fly ball with a lot of time to admire it. And the Orioles have a 10-1 lead, their third home run of the ball game. So Dirks will have nightmares.
Well, let's take a look at the Crusher swing. First pitch ball up and out of the strike zone. Not a bad pitch. A little backdoor slider. Take a look how Davis goes down and gets him some. Wow. Good head position, following the ball all the way in. And of course the classic extension through.
1-0 delivery on the way. That'll be fouled back by Mark Trumbo. Denise Jones, our Maryland lottery contestant. So far $300 off the home runs plus the $500 for being selected. Mark Trumbo has drawn a walk. He has singled and he has scored. For Ross, 9 runs, 8 earned, charged to him in the short outing here, going just 3 1/3.
On this inning, defense let him down again. Error by the first baseman Gallo. Gives the Orioles an extra opportunity. Yep. They take advantage of it.
Yep, the Orioles pounding away in this one. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch, and a swing and a miss. Entirely different game than the pitchers' duel last night that the Orioles won by a score of 3-1.
That 19 career multi-home run games.
2 ball, 2 strike count. And the Orioles got him on with a single, the error, and a walk. 2-2 pitch on the way, and Chase, the swinging bunt, will stay foul. And Mark Trumbo will come back. This Texas team, that's one thing their staff had not been doing, and that was giving up home runs. They came in not having surrendered in the home run department any more than 3. And here in this ball game, the Orioles have already equaled that, and they've got a ways to go. Overall, their pitchers allowed 3 or fewer earned runs 8 straight games. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And came in and got him. Ball was held onto by LaCroix for the strikeout. I think LaCroix thought that was the 3rd out. He was headed over to the dugout. He'll make his way back behind the plate.
Yeah, pretty good pitch though. Change up with 2-seam variety, working down and in. Yeah, LaCroix pretty excited about that second out.
Bring it on back. And the pitch will be taken down low. Also, they've on the scoring now, they're going to charge the starter Ross with just 7 earned runs. 9 total, 7 earned in his start. 1-0 count. Trey Mancini, 2 down. Bases are empty. Ground ball to the hole. He's got a base hit. So Mancini keeps it going. That is his 2nd hit of the ball game to go with the homer. Our PNC minor league report. PNC for the achiever in you.
Boy, on a hitting streak. This is current too. Picked up a couple hits tonight to extend a 16-game hitting streak. And how about this young man's pro career? Just signed after 4 years at Wake Forest, 7th-round pick. This season hitting .447, but right now riding a 16-game hit streak, .464, 7 doubles, couple home runs, and 13 RBIs. Now Chance Cisco, now Ben Brazil. Couple good catchers in the system. Nice to see that depth.
2 down, runner on. Here's Smith. Seth will foul the first one back. And an 0-1 count. This is the 8th batter to come up here in the 4th inning. The Orioles batted around in the 1st inning. Smith has struck out and grounded out, and Ross left to ponder what happened again. Those high numbers against the Orioles, even though he hadn't faced them for a couple of years, those high numbers continued with his 0-2 record against Baltimore. Shift on. 0-1 pitch, a chopper.
It's an American League East thing. Boppers all the way through, kind of getting ahead of an opposing pitcher at times.
Bivens Dirks has given up now 11 home runs this year in 43 innings. Yikes. 0-2 delivery on the way. Smith reaching upstairs for that one, will foul it away.
Well, Seth Smith last night, first pitch and his first home run on that first pitch. He hammered it straightaway center. One mistake, really, elevated fastball, and Seth Smith made him pay.
Count remains at 0-2.
There's Cashner, pitcher last night.
Cashner 4-8 with a loss in the ballgame last night. Lead off first, 0-2 delivery, and that's going to be outside. A 1-ball 2-strike count. Orioles have taken advantage of every door that's been opened by Texas tonight, walks and errors in particular. 10 runs on 8 hits. Started the first inning out, error and a walk, would score 6. Started this inning out, a single, an error, then a walk. And they've scored 4.
Well, that's what this Oriole offense has been capable of all season long, these huge innings.
1-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be outside. Stop made to hold the runner at first base. Bivens Dirks, a 2-ball 2-strike count. Tries to find a way into the strike zone and get it by Seth Smith. Texas at 45-47. Team that has hung around that 500 mark all year, right from the beginning. Two delivery on the way. Seth takes it, and that's a ball. So the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gallo will move behind the runner at first base, and Trey Mancini will be running on delivery.
Long inning for the fielders out there. 35 pitches thrown. Of course, there was a pitching change. So the defense kind of getting on their heels. Of course, these long innings, we've seen the impact it has potentially on offenses.
Yes.
The Orioles offense had some cold nights too. They were stuck out on the field for a long time.
3-2, 2 down. Delivery on the way to Seth, not even close. So the Orioles, another walk, and they will have batted around for the second time in the game with Wellington Castillo coming up.
This fastball actually catches Smith on the leg.
Yeah, got him right on the outside of the knee there. So a hit batter, and the Orioles have 2 on and 2 down. Dirk seemingly having some problems with his landing foot. He keeps turning around looking on the mound.
Yeah.
Kind of stumbling over his front foot. Here's Castillo. And he'll take it for a strike. Castillo, RBI chance of his own right here.
And twice already in this ball game. Orioles have all 9 hitters come around in an inning. Everybody contributing.
0-1 pitch on the way to him inside. Dirks is just way off. His pitches aren't even close when they miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and offense starts clicking, and boy, it'll scare a pitcher out of his zone in a heartbeat, especially here at Camden, and the boppers the Orioles have throughout the lineup. They're looking good right now. And both Ross and Dirks scared to put it out over the plate.
Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and that's why. Base hit into left field. And they'll hold him at third. Mancini stops, and they're loaded again. So the Orioles, Wellington Castillo picking up the base hit.
Little slider right here. Pounds it through that 5-6 hole. Gets that front foot down, very direct to the baseball. It's a clean swing from Castillo.
And the Orioles will send their 10th man to the plate here in the 4th inning. Tejada base hit and a run scored in the 4th inning. Orioles are getting a lot of plate appearances here in the first 4 innings of this ball game. 2 down. Orioles with 9 hits on the board. Mancini, Smith, and Castillo. Dirks with the delivery. Little chopper. That'll stay foul.
Dirks has had to make a couple spot starts for this team, so he looks like the guy that's going to have to try to eat up some innings here in the middle of this ball game.
Orioles have had 15 base runners through 3 2/3 innings. Runners with their leads. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way. Tejada takes it, and that'll be down low. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Ruben Tejada getting a lot of playing time now with that shortstop position open. Ryan Flaherty still working on the rehab, coming back, not wanting to move Scope over to short for an extended time. 1-1 delivery, big cut, 1-2.
Pretty good pitch right there. Threw it hard, 88 miles an hour. Good movement down and away from Tejada. We talked about Scope has actually had a couple opportunities to play shortstop this year and looked pretty good.
Yep.
I think Buck has all the confidence in the world sliding him over there.
1-ball, 2-strike count.
Of course, nowadays with all the shifts, you're just kind of an infielder.
Yeah, that's right. Bases loaded. 1-2 delivery down low. Another one that has to be blocked. Troy getting down to get that one.
Boy, so he had to work hard. Blocks, a lot of base runners.
Tejada with his 1 for 2 tonight. What a month of July he's having. He's 10 for his last 30 in July. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Bundy watching, enjoying all these runs. Dirks out of the set, and the 2-2, and that's going to go to short. Backhanded, Andrus to Odor, and that will do it. But the Orioles get it done, and the big blow in the inning, his 8th grand slam in his career, his 18th career multi-homer game, and a new high with 6 RBIs tonight. Chris Davis. And brought to you by visitannapolis.org. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. And by Johns Hopkins Orthopedics, serving the community for over 125 years. So the Orioles, after their second win against the Rangers, these teams meeting for the first time this year in this 4-game set. She's been cleaned up. That's our ice cream girl. That's Icy's now. And obviously, Mom brought along some of the wet cloths there and
Yeah.
cleaned her up a little bit. Chris Davis, what a night. 6 runs batted in for him. 2 home runs. Dylan Bundy, a lot of room to work now. Joey Gallo up. Gallo reached on a walk in the second inning. Only 3 hits on the board for Texas. That's what they had last night. Gallo swings through that one and an 0-2 count.
A couple good heaters there. That's a good sign. And Bundy not kind of laboring through this ball game a little bit. Not too happy with some of the pitches he's thrown.
Keep the at-bat alive at 0-2 for Gallo.
But 3 good fastballs there. Right to Castillo's glove. Moving around, down and away, up and in.
Shift on in the infield against Gallo. The 0-2 pitch to him. Another one of those rainmakers. Right field, plenty of time. Smith moves in, puts it away. Gallo is retired. Text Masson's word of the day, green, to 29292 for your chance to win a lunch with Adam Jones and a gift card to the Green Turtle. That's green 29292. Brought to you by the Green Turtle. Watch every O's game with us. The Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. Hang local. Adams crossed the plate a couple of times in the ball game tonight, reaching on 2 errors. Here is Sin-Soo Choo. He'll take the pitch. Leadoff homer gave Texas a 1-0 lead. And it didn't last a millisecond. The Orioles 6-run 4-hit first. 0-1 delivery on the way, leans him back. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Choo.
I don't know if the weekend series with the Cubs had anything to do with it, but yesterday the Orioles played with much better energy. Granted, a low-scoring game. They didn't do too much, but they did enough offensively to win it. And of course, Chris Tillman stepped up. First quality start in a long time for the Orioles. But I don't know, different kind of attitude last couple days. Winning solves a lot of problems, but they were hustling around the bags last night, taking advantage of opportunities, what was given to them. And tonight, much the same. Anytime they've made a mistake, the Orioles offense has made them pay.
A little embarrassed, I would think, by the Chicago series. That's a base hit. One upstairs to get that one. So Choo is on 2 for 3 in the ball game. A 1-out single in the 5th. Fans, remember, anytime the O's score 4 runs or more, you win free McDonald's Chicken McNuggets. Download McDonald's app today. Available at Baltimore area McDonald's. And they have certainly done that. That'll bring Andrus to the plate. He is grounded out and struck out. Elvis Andrus, .270 lifetime hitter against the Orioles. Another Ranger in a slump. Andrus now with the 0 for 2 tonight. Had 1 hit in his last 16 times to the plate. Seen his average drop from above the 300 mark. Was hitting .302 and then now down .289. 0-1. Andrus on the big cut, and it will stay at first base and an 0-2 count.
Dylan Bundy staying aggressive in the zone here. Of course, spotted the big 9-run lead right now. So yeah, better stay aggressive in the zone, but some quality strikes. Locating the fastball, moving it around. Nice little slider there.
Here's the 0-2 runner at first base. Grounder back to Bundy. Snags it. Scope 1. Relay 2. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. Nobody left on base. Defense comes to the 4. Short inning for Dylan Bundy. To baseball business, the Dodgers asking $12 million a year for their field naming rights. That's not going to change Dodger Stadium. It would be like Joe Blow at Dodger Stadium if somebody buys the rights to do that. Also, what about the sale down south? MLB would welcome the idea of Marlins bidders, the Majestic co-founder and chair Jorge Mas and Derek Jeter joining forces. But according to the Miami Herald, Jeter's not going to do that. Doesn't want any part of it. So at least for now, the sale of the Marlins remains up for grabs.
Oh, wow. Huh. Well, who started that rumor anyway? Jeter getting into a big group to buy those Marlins. Guess kind of interesting to talk about, though, right?
Yeah.
Because players certainly make enough money to have a chunk stake of a major league team.
Do they ever? Yep, the rich nouveau are sports athletes in this day and age. The pitch is outside for a ball. I'd like to have somebody do a survey on how many acres are owned by athletes in the United States. Be astronomical. 1-0 count. Adam Jones leading it off. He will take the pitch for a strike. Reaching twice on errors and scoring both times. He has also flied out to center field. Orioles, pretty loose group when you got a 10-1 lead. You don't lose focus, but sure as heck don't mind handing that kind of a cushion. Next delivery will be to third and beyond. Into left field for a base hit. So Adam finally will get credit himself for reaching base as he leads it off with a single.
Yeah, and a bullet right at Beltre, his first at bat. This one getting by Beltre. No chance for him to even come close to that ball. Nice piece of hitting though. Jones pulling the hands in tight to find the barrel there for the knock.
That will bring up Manny. He has struck out the last 2 times up, drew a walk, scored in the first inning. 6 RBIs for Davis, 2 for Scope, 2 for Mancini. Manny Machado. Jones not going anywhere at first base. Manny will hold up on a swing on a ball that is up high. 1-0 count. One-0 pitch on the way, chasing one outside. So if you couple the news yesterday with the news today, as far as the Orioles and trades are concerned, Peter Angelos giving Dan Duquette approval to trade for the top relievers and Seth Smith, but making clear that Adam Jones, Manny Machado are not available. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And a swing and a miss. That's the one Manny's had trouble with tonight. Slider, breaking ball down and away.
Yeah, just not picking up the spin soon enough. A couple of them he's waved at. Maybe trying to get on the fastball a little bit. Spiking the hard slider. Manny about halfway through realizing, not the pitch I want to swing at.
So Bivens Dirks ahead of him 1-2. And that one to third. Beltre's got that one right into the glove. Manny retired. Join the Oriole Advocates, celebrating 25 years here at Oriole Park. 25th anniversary luncheon presented by MeQ, Baltimore's credit union, on Friday, August 18, noon to 2, right here at the warehouse. Celebrate the ballpark that forever changed baseball and honor the returning members of the 92 team. Tickets $100. For details 410-247-2703. 25th anniversary of a great ballpark that everybody loves to come to.
Yeah, I saw Ben McDonald. He's doing radio for the Orioles here this week, and he's like, no way it's been 25 years.
Yeah.
He's one of the original guys opening up the ballpark here. Time flies.
Does whip on by, doesn't it?
This park's still looking brand new. It's one of the best in the game.
0-1 count. Jonathan Scope, 2 RBI double, a single. He has walked, scored twice. 0-1 delivered to him. That's way outside. Troy going out to get it. Dirks came on and surrendered the grand slam to Chris Davis. 3 all on base charged to the starter Ross. 9 total. Only one of those so far charged to Dirks. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery. That there at the knees. And it's 1-2. One-two delivery way outside. Sweeping pitch. Tantalizing to look at, but Jonathan Scope laid off it.
That 3/4 arm slot. He gets the sweeper. Slow it down a little bit. Sweep right across the plate, and then the firmer one's the hard slider. Gets a little tilt on that one. Got a good swing and miss on that pitch. If it stays on the plate.
2-2 delivery to him, and that one he does go after, and it was out there as well. Second strikeout for Dirk.
That's the truer slider. He throws a little bit harder. Looks like the fastball coming out of his hand. He might pick up that outside corner, just dive bombing down at the end. Pretty good pitch, working down in the zone.
Chris Davis gets the big hand with a grand slam home run and the 6 RBI ball game. Home runs numbers 15 and 16 in this ball game for Chris. Runner at first base. There are 2 down. And a check swing strike called. Chris now against this Texas team. Carries right at the Mendoza line. Not a 200 batting average, but he does have 7 home runs against the Rangers.
His former team came up with the Rangers, but they had a stockpile of first basemen. Justin Smoke, Mitch Moreland. Both, of course, no longer there. But both have gone on to do pretty well. Smoke, first All-Star appearance.
Koji Uehara involved in that deal. Tommy Hunter came along with Chris from Texas. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that's way inside under the feet. Good stop made. LaCroix holds the runner at first base.
That's about his 15th block of the night.
Wow.
Look at the spike slider here. And that back foot of Chris Davis. Always sliding over, using every bit of his body to keep that one in the dirt.
Chris's high, career high, 3 home runs in a ball game. 2 in this one, of course. And his former high in RBIs was 5. He's got 6 tonight. Jones off first base, 2-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be outside. A lot of that acquisition of Davis had to do with Buck Showalter, of course, and his ties with Texas, managing there. Buck knew of Chris. Buck was in Texas 03 to 06. And I haven't seen this one. See, every game you never know. There's always something new. A broken belt. Wow. That's tough too. You don't want to lose your game or belt.
Well,
but you'd rather not lose your pants. So. Unless you're Steve Lyons.
Yeah.
Then it's okay. That's why they have to tell that little story. Steve, dear friend, I've worked with him broadcasting. When he was playing with the White Sox one time, he ran down to first base, dove in, got all kinds of dirt in his pants, stood up, took his pants down. He had his sliding pads on underneath, but then pulled them back up like he momentarily forgot quite where he was.
And he has at times forgotten where he was.
I agree with that. Yes, I've mentioned that to him a number of times. He does some work, TV work with the Red Sox. 3-1 strike count now. 2 away with a new belt. Let's see if the fastball's faster. 3-1 pitch on the way and fouled off. So a full count. Jones out there with a leadoff single. Still waiting around first base. He'll take off as Gallo will move behind him.
Not a lot of tempo in this game.
No. Pitchers have been very slow.
Fortunately, the Orioles have the lead, so a better feeling on the Orioles side of things.
Long at bats. 3-2. There goes Adam, and another walk. So the Orioles keep it going. Orioles have now picked up 5 walks in the game. Dirk surrenders his second, and the Orioles have runners on at first and second base. And Mike Trumbo. Trumbo has already joined the run production parade. He picked up a single in the first inning and scored. Sense has walked and has struck out. Orioles 4 for 9 in these scoring chances tonight. Oriole DH with the 18 home runs against Texas. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball.
I like the patience. I like the walks that the Oriole offense is picking up. And they've always this season been great with runners in scoring position. And tops in the business. A lot of opportunities tonight.
1-0 delivery on the way. That is in there for a strike. Orioles have now matched their run totals with a hit total, 10.
There you go. Big number, 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position. This is Trumbo's spot. 2 outs.
And the 1-1 delivery on the way to him. That'll be foul back. Another piece of LaCroix on the way around. So the runners go back. Adam Jones is already most of the way over to third. Davis at first base, 1-2. Delivery, reach for shortstop Andrus, second base Odor, and they get the force out. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 2 are left on base through 5. The Orioles now leading it 10-1. We'll go to where did that come from page. Yeah, yes, there was one. Mario Mendoza. He was a good defensive player, shortstop, Pirates, Mariners, Rangers, a lifetime .215 hitter. And he explained why that Mendoza line happened. Said, my teammates Tom Paciorek and Bruce Bochy used it to make fun of me when they were giving George Brett a hard time because he had a slow start that year. They told him, hey, man, you're going to sink down below the Mendoza line if you're not careful. And that caught on. And it's been like 200 has been the average, even though his career average is 215.
Yeah.
You say the Mendoza line, you're talking about somebody hitting over or under 200.
Yeah. Yeah. Puts a pit in my stomach. I used to hear that all the time. And I'd fight for my life to stay over that Mendoza line.
Amazing how that caught on and held on in baseball. Right. Is used. I mean, it's as common as saying curveball, fastball.
Yeah.
Orioles with a big 10-1 lead here. I've never seen fly balls hit quite as high as this team does from top to bottom. Fly ball out. Nazara that time he's 0 for 3. Help support the patients and families at the University of Maryland Medical Center by attending a special fundraising event for Shannon's Fund Friday, August 18, right here at the ballpark. Ticket packages for the event begin as low as $50. Get a game ticket and exclusive pre-game barbecue on the center field roof deck. For tickets, Orioles.com/Shannon's Fund. Great cause and a wonderful night. Shift on here. Beltre up. Beltre has flied out, grounded out. Chu's had the home run. Odor's had a base hit. Chu has had another single, and then the Napoli single, and those are the 4 hits tonight for Texas. Inside will move him away at 95. 1-1.
You got to keep pitching. Stick with the game plan. Yeah, maybe more aggressive in the strike zone, but man, this guy's a Hall of Famer. You got to pitch him tough.
Big cut, foul tipped into the mitt. And Bundy gets ahead of him 1-2 on Beltre.
Bundy really settling in. And what a tribute to him after a leadoff home run. Kind of battled through the first couple innings. And, a little help from his offense, but kind of settled in. Looks much better here in the last few innings as far as overall command. Working the ball in and out, mixing in the slow hook, that power slider.
1-2 delivery, reached 4, sliced down the line the other way. Beltre continues to move in on the 3,000 hit club, as he will get that done pretty soon. 2,982 hits. He is 32nd all time, but once you get in where he is in that rarefied air, you start moving up the list in a hurry.
Yeah.
And you get to 3,000 hits. 1-2, 1 down. Bundy's delivery to him. Beltre down to third. Manny Machado on a big hop. And 2 away.
Nice play right there by Manny Machado. A little chopper there. And, works his feet to get the high hop. A little drop step. And of course, working the feet back towards his target. That nice easy release for the second out.
2 away, nobody on. Here's Napoli, a base hit, and he is flied out to center. DH for Texas. Ground ball will be fouled off. Texas staring at a 3-game losing streak. Should they not be able to come back in this ball game. The Orioles will look to win their second on this homestand. 2 more left against Texas, and then the weekend series against Houston. Leans him off. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one breaks in on the inside corner. He's had a good breaking ball used against the right-handers in this game.
Yeah, he sure has. Of course, so many of these off-speed pitches set up by his ability to drive the ball inside. A couple up and in fastballs followed up by some sliders. Down and away.
1-2 delivery. That's where the count will stay 1-2. Texas took the series last year 4 out of 7 were won by the Rangers. Orioles have the edge here at home against Texas all time, 128-102. 1-2 delivery on the way and reached. He's gone. Home plate umpire says I got that one. And a 1-2-3 inning for Bundy, who has now struck out 4, maintaining the Big Ten 1 lead. Over Texas. Gary Thorne, Mike Morty back with you here at the ballpark. Want to remind you, Saturday Houston will be in town. They'll be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But Saturday, fans 21 years and older coming to the ball game are going to get the infielders bottle stopper set.
How about those? Yeah, pretty sharp, huh?
I do. I like those a lot, actually. I prefer they came with something underneath them. You don't have to just
Four stoppers need
bottles,
4 bottles.
Bottles, you'd have bottles.
And a red or white.
But those are really neat. That's
yeah,
that's a nice collector's item.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like a little South Park kind of thing. Yeah, that's cool. They have some great giveaways here.
They do. I haven't seen these before at any other ballpark.
No, me either.
The bottle stoppers. Seen the bottles, not the stoppers. Robinson has come on to play at third base, and Cosworth will play at short. No changes made in our runaway game. And a swing and a miss. Mancini. He's had a home run, a single, and he has grounded out. 10 runs, 10 hits for the Orioles. A run on 4 hits. 2 errors committed by Texas. Miguel Castro in the bullpen. 2 unearned runs among the 10 the Orioles have on the board. Mancini will take the pitch away.
It's hard sometimes in these ball games to continue to have the quality at bats. But I know Scott Coolbaugh and a couple of the veteran players in there saying, let's get greedy, keep adding on. Don't give away any ABs. These are big time opportunities to jack up some numbers.
Mancini will take a good pitch that hits on the outside corner. 2 teams right back at it tomorrow night for game 3. 6:30 O's Extra on Masson. 7 o'clock the ball game. Here's the 2-2 delivery by Dirksen, reaching out and fouling it off.
He's had to work hard too. 52 pitches thrown. Came in early in this ball game. Ross got knocked out.
Trying to hold this bullpen usage down tonight, the Rangers, with 2 more left here. And then they've got to stay on the road. They don't have any time off. Bullpen ranked 11th in ERA and the most hits per 9 innings of any bullpen in the league. That one he had an inside out high up in the air to right. Chu is there to make the catch, and Mancini is retired. 1 down, bottom of the 6th inning. That'll bring Seth Smith up. Hit by a pitch his last time up. 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. One down and nobody on.
Well, with Castro warming up in the bullpen, kind of assume that Bundy probably out of the ball game. I know he was nearing 100 pitches. I don't know if he got up over that 100 pitch threshold, but back-to-back quality starts.
6 innings. Yep.
My goodness.
Yeah, and if they're worried about his innings pitch, this is a ball game where you want to get him out right now.
Yeah.
No reason to leave him in. 0-1 count, 1 down. Shift on. Smith will take the pitch inside, and a 1 ball 1 strike count. Orioles looking for their 44th win, 8 games behind the division leaders. One pitch by Dirks and fouled away.
Dirks trying to mix it all up. Fastball from that 3/4 slot, slider, nice change there. Down and away, and obviously his pitch is more effective when down in the zone. And the way the Orioles are right now, you make mistakes up, they're ready to hack.
It's his first appearance against the Orioles in his career. 1-2. Seth Smith waits on it and will pull it foul. A little bit out in front in the off-speed delivery, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
A little sweeper right there, kind of staying on the same plane as it crosses the plate. There's a little tilt, might have been a different result, but allowed Seth Smith to get the bat on it and pull it foul, keep this AB going.
Dirks with the 1-2 pitch to him inside off the fist, no play. Keep in mind one of the reasons that the Orioles can have other teams ask about Seth Smith is that Craig Gentry is still in the organization. They had to designate him. He went through waivers. He's back at Norfolk. He's played a lot of games up here, obviously, so they've got some outfield backup help available.
And of course, Hyun-Soo Kim is another left-handed bat that right now is
lost,
not seeing a lot of playing time at all.
Nope. Kim has seen so little playing time that trying to work him into a trade is tough because not enough has been seen of him this year. 1 ball 2 strike count. And a breaking ball that'll bounce. Count goes to 2-2. Integral part of the ball club. First half he had some big hits. Played a good deal in the outfield, in left field for the Orioles, but that playing time has simply been diminished. And a lot of that has to do with the necessity of getting Trey Mancini into the ball game.
Yeah, you can't deny that bat. I mean, just so productive.
2-2 delivery on the way by Dirks, and that's going to go right into the shift. Knocks Odor over, and that's going to be a base hit. He beats it out. Had Odor been able to stay up and make the play initially, he would have had him, but he didn't.
Boy, got himself all in between. This ball is smoked by Seth Smith and ties up Odor, who's playing right field basically. Just couldn't get his feet moving enough. That ball actually caught him. By the time he was able to recover, Seth Smith hustling out of the box, and Odor and all he's got getting on top of that one. Even with a little recoil, just a little bit late. Seth Smith by a half step.
So Smith on with a single. Orioles get their 11th hit. And here's Wellington Castillo. Base hit came his last time up. Eric's delivery to him. That'll be a slider up high for a strike. Tejada on deck for the Orioles. See whether Buck Showalter decides to do what Jeff Bannister's done, and that's maybe pull a couple of the starters in this ball game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
The 0-1 pitch on the way outside.
That ball that ate Odor up 109 miles an hour off the bat. Man, getting on him quick. That's the thing about this game. Guys are just so big and strong, and the ball's coming off so hot. If you're a defender and your glove is not in a good position, you are just going to get eaten up. The Orioles are blessed with some great glove men. Bobby Dickerson got him schooled up and ready for that heat off the bat.
1-1 delivery on the way. Important lessons for the kids who play. Getting yourself defensively set and always asking yourself, if the ball comes to me, what do I do with it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, really, if it's hit 110 miles an hour, well, how do I get in the right position to catch it? You know,
foul.
So the glove's got to be down and open and ready to go, and your feet, boy, if they stop moving, you're in trouble. And I think Odor got himself tied up on that one. Didn't expect it coming out that hot, that far away from home plate.
Here's your pitch count tonight. Rangers pitchers have halved again the 100 thrown by Dylan Bundy. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Swing and a miss and a pitch down and in. 3rd strikeout.
Boy, risky pitch, but if you got the guts to throw it, it can be a big time pitch. A little change up, down and in, gets a little 2-seam action on it. Boy, setting up down there, he hits the spot. Steve was swinging over the top.
Barnett in the bullpen. Dirks will try and finish out this inning. Two down. Runner remains at first. Seth Smith with a base hit. Tejada will take it way outside. Tejada scored on a single he picked up in the 4th inning. Has hit into a fielder's choice, and he has struck out.
Big hit in last night's ball game. Nice little tack on RBI base hit at the end as the Orioles kind of kept putting runs on late in the ball game. A couple much needed runs.
Delivery's going to miss away. Jonathan LaCroix's got to be. Why don't maybe you'd want to rest your catcher?
Yeah.
Would you want to rest me, Skip? He has been all over the place, and now we're going to get a visit to the mound.
Now LaCroix brought over last year, right around the deadline, to help the pitching staff out a little bit. He might be the answer. Really stabilizing the rotation. Has pretty good arms. The rotation's done a nice job, but hasn't been able to keep the bullpen at bay. He's been coughing it up.
See, these are the visits that just slow a game down to nothing in a situation where, yeah, you're trying to give your pen a little longer and whatever, but I really hope that committee that Buck Showalter is going to be on, that expanded committee on rules of the game, will do something meaningful regarding the pace of games. I mean, the idea of an intentional pass, put 4 fingers, I was going to save time, was just ludicrous. But they couldn't agree on anything else, so that's what they came out with for a PR presentation. But it's really time to do something with this game to move things along. And I love baseball, but man. 2-0 count, 2 down. That's fair. That's going to roll into the corner. Seth Smith going on contact will make the turn. Nazar has got it. They'll hold him up on the relay throw. You got a 10-1 lead. You don't need a collision at the plate. Bobby Dickerson puts the stop sign up at third.
Absolutely. Real good hold right there. Seth Smith obviously talked about in trade considerations, and the team's eyeballing him. He's thanking Bobby Dickerson for sure. Another good piece of hit by Tejada, turning and burning right there on the inside fastball. And the bat head to it, and it comes off hot. Beating the third baseman down the third base line, and there's Seth Smith hustling. He wants to score for Tejada. Dickerson saying, "Now we don't need to take that chance right now. We need your bat."
Tejada 11 for 32 now in the month of July.
Good for him.
Yep.
An opportunity, taking advantage of it.
Adam Jones will get the RBI chance. He has scored twice, reaching on errors, has a base hit and flied out. There are two down. Outside doing. Orioles 4 for 10 in these situations tonight. And Adam with a big number he's had all year. Led the American League most of the first half of the season prior to the break in that runner in scoring position number, and got passed by Trey Mancini as soon as Trey qualified with the number of at-bats he needed. Runners off second and third. 1-0 delivery. Adam outside, down low.
And then Trey passed everybody. Went right to the top.
Two-0 count. Ten runs, 12 hits for the Orioles. Run on 4 hits for the Rangers. Here's the 2-0 delivery on the way. That goes to the backstop. Runner is not going to come. It's tough here at Camden Yards. That brick wall behind home plate, fans have seen how many times the ball bounces right back to the catcher. So it's real tough to get a big jump.
Absolutely, and that's what it was. A little hesitation by Smith, kind of anticipating the ball off the bricks. So pauses for a second, and then it just becomes a little bit risky. Actually hit the sign there, the Morgan State University sign, killed the baseball. So there may have been an opportunity, but once again, you hesitate, and that risk for injury kind of picks up a little bit. This type of game, you don't need those wasted efforts, but you certainly want to keep playing the game.
Yeah, absolutely. 3-0 count with 2 down. And we'll have a green light here. Runners off second and third again. Adam will take. It's in there for a strike. So Dirk's trying to get through this inning. So far, he's been charged with only the Davis run on Chris's grand slam. Left a couple on in the 5th inning. Now 2 more on here in the 6th against him. 32 years old. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Adam takes it, and he's on, and they're loaded again, and that'll be it for Dirk. So he came in with the bases loaded and gave up a grand slam home run. He's going to leave with the bases loaded, and he's going to hope the guy that follows him in is not going to surrender run, because his RA will be damaged. Barnett will be the pitcher when we return.
This inning here, look for the final out with a 6.58 earned run average. Struggling this season out of the bullpen for the Rangers. All the numbers elevated. Opponents hitting .311. Righties up to .333. Up to 4 long balls, but has just given up way too many hits. Last year, a solid season. 53 games out of the pen for the Rangers. Earned run average at 2.09. But this year, just too many inconsistencies. Hard time getting the feel for his pitches. Typically a pretty good cutter. The fastball, curveball, split finger mix. Some problems getting hit hard this season. Right now, big time jam.
Veteran pitcher, 32 years old, played 6 years for the Yakult Swallows in Japan. He was born in Anchorage, Alaska. Grew up, went to school in Washington State. Now lives in Phoenix as he went to Arizona State University. So back last year for the first time in the U.S. with Texas, 7-3 with a 2.09 ERA. But this year, as Mike said, ballooning numbers. Bases are loaded, 2 down. And Manny Machado at the plate. Orioles already have 1 grand slam from Chris Davis. Ground ball towards the hole, diving, rolls off Robinson's glove, and everybody's safe. And the Orioles will add a run. Smith crosses, and it's 11-1.
Pretty good diving effort right there, but have the shortstop in a good position right behind him. What appeared to be a potential easy ground ball play. You see him about to square up on it, the shortstop, but the dive in front. It's a good first step. Hey, nice to stay aggressive. It's off the glove, a little over boogie as it gets underneath him. Does not stick in the glove. And Machado with another hit and RBI.
Robinson came on to play at third base when they took Beltre out. Drew Robinson, and just couldn't come up with it. So the bases remain loaded. Jonathan Scope. Is he trying to hit a home run right there?
Well, I think so. Yeah, big, healthy cut.
Wow.
Slow breaking ball, hovering up over the plate. He gets after it there.
Jonathan's had a double single, a walk. Andy has struck out. He's got Tejada, Jones, and Machado on base. Manny picking up the RBI. 48 on the year for Machado. 0-1 pitch on the way. Barnett's another one of those pitchers who's got that hesitation move that he'll use or not use depending on how he thinks he can get a hitter off balance.
He picked that up over in Japan. Yeah, actually went over there as a starter and didn't work out too well. Became a dominant closer back into the bullpen, so that's what he brought back over here to the States. And I mentioned his numbers worked out really well last year for the Rangers, but this year the league is on to him.
He had 97 saves in Japan. 0-2 delivery on the way. Breaking ball held up on it. In fact, it's gone exactly the opposite way for Barnett since coming back. He's 0 for 5 in career save chances. He has 4 blown saves, tied for 5th most in the American League this year. He just came off the DL on July 2nd. Had a sprained right ring finger. And working against Boston in his last outing. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Scope, pop up left field. Nazar's got a long run. He'll get there and will put it away. Scope retired. The Orioles will pick up 1. They leave the bases loaded. They lead at 11-1.
A rough start, a lead-off home run to Chu, but boy, did he settle in. Started locating the fastball better. Off-speed pitches, nasty breaking ball there to Odor. Left the heat on the outside corner, locking up Napoli. Only 4 punch-outs for Dylan Bundy. And just 4 hits for the Texas Rangers. Pretty impressive performance. Back-to-back quality starts for the Orioles starters. Yeah, Chris Tillman setting the tone yesterday. Bundy following suit tonight. Nice outing for Dylan Bundy. Give way to the bullpen. Miguel Castro into the ball game to know it. Now he's up to 16 appearances out of the pen. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. Power righty. Running 2-seam fastball, about mid to high 90s. Power slider to go along with it. And opponents down to that 270 batting average. First batter just 182.
So Miguel Castro ready to work. Odor, LaCroix, and Gomez will be due up. Scoring change already. That ball that went by Beltre in the first inning, Adam Jones, is now a base hit, not an error. So there's only 1 error on the board for Texas. Adam Jones a single in the first. So he's had a 2-hit ball game. 2 for 4 and a walk for Adam, which means Tyson Ross, the starter, is charged with 9 runs, 8 earned on 7 hits as the starter. First ball hitting will be fouled back by Odor, who has singled and struck out.
Castro making a statement with the high tops out there on the bump right now. Pretty good.
Like that.
A big shift. Yeah.
I know you're not a fan of
Look at him.
high socks.
Nice.
I do. I like those. Yeah. And stark white shoes.
Yeah. Boy.
You wouldn't know what the company was that made them, though. A 2-strike count on Odor. No 2 delivery. Pops it up. Manny. One away in the 7th inning. MLB.com at bat, your #1 mobile app for live Orioles baseball. You can stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Orioles home screen icons, radio broadcasts, video game highlights, StatCast news, and more. MLB.com at bat. Download it today. Thank you. She heard us and she's doing it. He already had it downloaded. Jonathan LaCroix. He has struck out, flied out. Chu's home run, first inning. The only one on the board. Back to the mound. That long reach. Flip over to Davis, and there are 2 away. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. 18,119. 18,119 the announced attendance here at the ballpark on this Tuesday night. And they saw the early explosion. 6 runs, 4 hits in the first inning. Well, now I got to change that. 6 runs on 5 hits in the first inning. 4 runs on 4 hits in the 4th. Career night for Chris Davis. 2 home runs and a career high 6 RBIs. A grand slam hit by Chris in the 4th. Trey Mancini, 15th home run. Pitch taken outside. Contributions up and down, and the Orioles offense. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Gomez. Gomez has been hit by a pitch and flied out. Not deep. Jones coming hard, running, racing, gets it. A 1-2-3 inning, 7th inning stretch time at Camden Yards, where the Orioles lead it 11-1. sales event with the best total savings on select models in Hyundai's history is going on now at your Hyundai dealer. 7th inning stretch time. DeShields comes on. Delino DeShields, the veteran in center. Carlos Gomez out of the ball game. And the Orioles bat here in the bottom half of the 7th as the fans settle back down. Chris Davis. See if he's got 3 of those long balls in that bat tonight. 0-1 count. Barnett stays on to do the pitching. Heater inside. Lexus of Towson drive of the game.
How about that crush, Davis? Second home run. Grand slam variety. Big ball. With incredible elevation. Yeah, Crusher is back. 2 home runs in this ball game.
1-1 delivery by Barnett. Davis will go into the shift. Odor. He's had a lot of work out there deep. He'll make the play, get the out. Our Lexus of Towson drive of the game. The area's #1 volume Lexus dealer. 7 straight years. Come see why at LexusofTowson.com. Mark Trumbo coming up. A base hit. Walk, struck out, fielder's choice. Not only have the Orioles scored the 11 runs, they have left 10 on base in this ball game. That's how many base runners they've had. And a breaking ball that'll be in there for a strike. Orioles have gone 5 for 12 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, still one of the top teams in that category. Of course, we've talked all year just about lack of opportunities. They've had the big batting average, but boy, about 100 ABs behind everybody else.
Yep.
Nice to see him get a big number on the board tonight. A lot of chances and actually paying dividends right now with some big hits.
It's a game of baseball. You never know. Watch the Cubs series. Look just like a reversal of what's gone on in the first 2 games here. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way. And this was being done by the Orioles against the starting staff that had some decent numbers. Was the underpinning of the wins Texas was putting up. But not so far in the first 2.
That was a nice pitcher's duel yesterday between Cashner and Tillman.
Yep.
Of course, the Orioles able to get the big hits at the end.
1-2 delivery on the way and a wave. Just got fooled on that. Trumbo down on the K.
Boy, he had some nasty pitches. There's a lot of life. His ball's moving all over the place. This 89-mile-an-hour cutter on the side of the ball, moving through the bottom of the zone. Trumbo just waving at it, trying to get some contact on there, keep the AB going.
Interesting. He came on with the bases loaded. He's got the 2nd highest percentage of inherited runners who have scored in the American League, but he got out of it with 1. Strike taken on the swing. Trey Mancini, another multi-hit night. Single, home run. 2 for 4 in the ball game. He's got 15 dingers on the year now. 0-1 pitch. Chases that slider.
Yeah, slider right there. Now his favorite pitch, the cutter, throws it about 50% of the time. Started Mancini off with that pitch, and then there's the curveball out there on the outside corner. He's breaking off the edge.
Count goes to 0-2. 2 down, nobody on. Mancini will take one. Bounces off the plate. What's Caleb doing?
Might be going in. Play a little defense.
Looks like he's looking for something, and the other guys all know where it is, and somebody's going to tell him.
Hey, where's my catching gear?
Yeah. That one is fouled away. I gotta go find some stuff here. Or two down.
My goodness. Oh, Caleb. Well, now he's the jack of all trades. He's played a little infield. Needs extra gloves.
Got to come prepared.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strike count, 2 away. Barnett's delivery, and that's going to be outside. So Ross, the 9 runs, 2 charged to Dirks, the reliever, 2 1/3. He gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, walked 3, struck out 3, gave up a home run. 2-2 here, and got him. So Barnett gets a couple of strikeouts, retires the side in order. We'll go to the 8th inning. Will the Orioles have a catcher? That's the question going into it. For the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Take a look around the games in the East. The Blue Jays lead the Red Sox 3-2 in the 6th. Chris Young's had a solo shot. Justin Smoke RBI double in the 5th, close game. Yankees leading the Twins 6-3 there in the 5th. Sano solo homer, and Chase Headley of New York, who has struggled at the plate this year, RBI single in the 4th. The Rays continue on the West Coast. They are just underway. Blake Snell for the Rays, his first career start against Oakland. Tampa Bay in 2nd place, 2 games behind Boston coming into today. And Joey Gallo goes after the first pitch. A lot of changes made for the Orioles. Kim comes on to play in left. Rickard is in center, and Trey Mancini moves to first base, and Castillo does stay in behind the plate doing the catcher.
Caleb still looking for his stuff.
I don't know. Maybe he gets a start tomorrow night. Pitch taken down low. Castro on the mound for the Orioles. Retired the side in order in the 7th inning. Joey Gallo is flied out, and he has drawn a walk. Top of the order, due up. Man, another one of those great punts. In center, Rickard is there to put it away. Let's take a look at this date in baseball history. At our Major League notebook, it shows it was 1927. Ty Cobb became the first major leaguer to collect 4,000 hits. That was 1927. And the only other player who has reached that mark is Pete Rose. In 2015, Chris Tillman and Zach Britton combined a 1-hitter 3-0 win over the Tigers. Tillman retired 23 straight batters after allowing a single and a walk in the 1st inning.
Nice.
There's Zach, who finished it off in that 1-hit affair with Chris. Chopper foul at the plate. Sin-Soo Choo, 2 for 3, home run, single. He led off the ball game with a homer. It is a kind of a game where it can give you an on-level look at stats. This will be counted as a comeback win for the Orioles, which right. It is. They were behind 1-0. The 0-1 pitch on the way, and that's going to be outside. And they came back in a hurry when the 6 runs in the first inning.
Boy, they sure did. Did not let up. A couple home runs in that first.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that's outside.
I mean, check out the team here with Chris Davis back. Obviously, a great sign, hitting 2 home runs today. It tells you he's kind of locking back in. J.J. Hardy, he'll be back to stabilize the middle of the infield. Tejada's playing very well right now, swinging the bat. Always love that veteran presence out there. So the team's going to get stronger. The bullpen just got back to full strength, and I don't know, it's still not considered full strength because Zach Britton hasn't gotten to the end of the bullpen yet. Still trying to settle in. So I think the second half going to be much better, and with these 2 starts from Tillman and Bundy, why not be optimistic about it?
That'll go to the second baseman. Scope up, makes the throw over to Mancini at first base. Chu is retired. 2 down here in the 8th. So Castro looking to retire 6 in a row, gets Elvis Andrus. Andrus 0 for 3 in the game, 0 for 7 in the first 2 games of the series. Or are we going to get a pinch hitter? Cosma's up, sorry. Andrus came up for a defensive replacement, and here he is. First at bat for Pete Cosma in the ball game. And he will take the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Win like this also keeps the bullpen in place, ready for another day not overused.
Yeah, we're worried about everything after that Chicago series. Some early exit by the starters, everybody getting used up in the pen.
Cosma takes it on the outside corner. Castro throwing strikes, 0-2.
Buck Showalter had talked about sometimes the pitchers in the bullpen after the All-Star break's the toughest time. You find a way to knock the rust off a little bit. Well, the rust certainly got knocked off in that Cubs series, and seems like everybody kind of stabilizing a little bit after the last 2 quality starts.
Got him. Great job by Castro. He just keeps throwing strikes. Retires all 6 he's faced. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 11-1 O's. Game sets tomorrow with Kevin Gausman against Martin Perez. Our coverage on MASN 6:30 O's Extra presented by Southwest, and game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
And take a look at tomorrow's starters. Martin Perez, the young lefty, on a nice little roll here recently for the Rangers. Last 3 starts been looking pretty good. Kevin Gausman, fresh off the All-Star break, facing the Cubs, and he got roughed up early, much like Ross. 2 home runs in the first inning. He struggled through the first start back from the All-Star break, looking to rebound and jump on this little wagon that Tillman and Bundy have started to create.
And Zach Britton warming up in the bullpen. Orioles bat with Seth Smith up, and that one is going to be bounced. Seth with a single hit by a pitch. He has grounded out and struck out. Wellington Castillo will be waiting on deck. Barnett, second out of the bullpen to be used by Texas tonight. Fastball will be in there for a strike.
Wow, that's a good arm. I wonder how he's getting hit so much this season.
And that's going to be a strike at the knees. Major League Baseball reporting tonight, Yankees White Sox close to that deal that's been talked about so long, getting Todd Frazier to play third base for the Yankees from the White Sox.
Oh, wow.
They hope to complete that deal apparently tonight. 1-2 delivery on the way. Red Sox had been in the running for that, but MLB is saying the Yankees seem to be ahead of the charge, and they're after David Robertson, the closer with the White Sox. He had played for the Yankees before. And Tommy Khalil, who comes out of the bullpen for the White Sox. MLB saying those three White Sox players would go to the Yankees, but no names on who's going the other way.
I don't think Judge would be one of them.
Pretty good chance. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that one's down the line. It is deep, and goodbye, home run. He may have gotten Utah Street on that.
Wow, that was impressive.
Seth Smith just clocks one and hit it so hard it never deviated left or right. It went straight out onto Utah, and the Orioles have a 12-1 lead.
Boy, that was an impressive swing. You talk about knowing where the bat head is and how to get it to the baseball. Oh, God, that was a nasty pitch working in, maybe in off the plate, and somehow able to clear the hips. Boy, get that bat head to it quick. Yeah, it jumped out of here. That was a line drive.
Home run last night, his 11th home run tonight, and the Orioles lead it by a score of 12-1. And the pitch for a strike.
Take a look at the Smith home run here. Oh, cutting in. Oh my goodness, that pitch was about 3 or 4 inches in off the plate. That front hit left. Man, oh man, bat head comes flying through. Jeez.
Big cut foul back by Wellington Castillo. So for Denise Jones, our Maryland lottery contestant, $500 each for 4 home runs hit in the ball game tonight, plus the $500 for being selected. Denise, you're buying. Castillo's had a base hit. He is 1 for 4. 0-2 count. Orioles, big 4-homer ball game. And the pitch will be taken up high. And Seth is on, given a little playing time. He's hitting the ball hard.
Yeah. Yeah, nice roll here. Swinging it well in July.
One ball, 2 strike count. Inside on him, and we'll get him for the 3rd strikeout for Barnett.
Pretty nasty pitch right there. Boy, everything moving. It's this ball dive bomb down and in. Split finger right there. It's that Vulcan split, much like Kevin Gosman. It's that action too. Dive bomb and down and in.
Texas pitchers coming into the ball game 9th in home runs surrendered. That is going to be bumped up a spot, I would think. Oriole pitchers have given up the 2nd most home runs in the American League. On the outside corner, Tejada. Tejada, 2 hits. He's gone 2 for 4. He's got 3 hits, 7 at bats in the first 2 games of this series. He's always liked playing against Texas. He carries a .320 career average against the Rangers coming into the ball game. 0-1 delivery, check swing, and that one missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, good take. You can tell the confidence starting to grow. You know, making the adjustment, coming over to a new team. And, boy, starting to fit in nicely.
And he'll rattle that one to right. He's got another base hit. It'll be cut off nicely by Chu, and he'll be held to a single. But a 3-hit ball game for Ruben Tejada. A single with one away here in the 8th.
Like just using the whole field. Beautiful piece of hitting right there. Turned on a pitch down the left field line. His last at bat. They're staying through it, leading with the knob and staying inside the baseball. Beautiful piece of hitting the other way.
So the Orioles keep adding to the numbers. 12-1 lead, 16 hits in the ball game. And that goes to second. Odor with a nice pick. There's one relay to first, and they turn a double play into a good one. So the Orioles get the homer by Seth Smith. They are up 12-1, 9th inning. Madison brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. 9th inning. Orioles looking to make it 2 in a row over the Rangers. And they've got the big lead here in this one. Caleb found the glove. It's the one for third base, and that's where he's going to go. Giovatelli comes on to play at second. And
Zach Britton into the ball game. And 14th appearance now for the Orioles at 193 earned run average. Perfect in his save opportunities. 5 saves. You see the opponent's hitting .333. That number will continue to come down as Zach Britton gets more innings pitched. He's getting better and better, getting the movement on his fastball. He's almost back to full Zach Britton dominant closer type form. This might be the last opportunity he has to make an outing like this before he's slotted right back into the end.
Yep, I think that's probably exactly right. So to the 9th. Nomar Mazara will stand in. He is 0 for 3, 0 for 6 in the first 2 games for their left fielder. And a big swing and a miss. Orioles look like they will end up with a 5 for 12 tonight with runners in scoring position. Ball game which they've had a lot of chances and have taken advantage of them. Texas has had 1 at bat with a runner in scoring position in this game. 0 for 1.
No, credit the pitching for that. Dylan Bundy really stepped up. Boy, it looked a little bleak at the beginning with that solo home run from Chu to start this ball game off. But boy, he really started bearing down. Only 4 hits for the Rangers against Bundy.
Yep. That'll be foul tipped into the mitt. Bundy, the victor with 3 outs recorded here in this inning, will be 9 and 8. A run on 4 hits over 6. Castro, 2 innings, nothing. had one strikeout. And now Britton. Here's the 1-2 delivery. That'll be down low. Last hit, last base runner for Texas, 5th inning. A 1-out single. Picked up by Chu, and he was doubled up. And the Oriole bats providing lots and lots of thump. 12 runs, 16 hits. 2-2 delivery and a swing and a miss.
Oh, boy, that is some nasty stuff right there. Zach Britton fastball just moving all over the place. The velocity is back up. 96, 97 with the heater and just dive bombing down and in. And Mazzaro missing that one by about 8 inches.
With a victory, Bundy will be 2-0 lifetime against Texas. And Tyson Ross, the starter for Texas, will be 0-3 lifetime against the Orioles. And the problems ERA against the O's continued here in this game that he'd had in the other starts. Diving stop. Caleb Joseph not gonna get him. Able to make the stop on it, but couldn't find the handle quick enough.
Boy, nice athletic move to actually leave his feet. Watch him, gets the feet going. Great first step. The ball just doesn't stick in the glove. Not enough ground ball action in there for it to stick. Falls out, strong throw, but good speed right there on the lefty.
Robinson we credited with a base hit. Hit number 5 on the night. Here is Napoli with a base hit. He is 1 for 3, the designated hitter. Britton's pitch will miss away for a ball. Orioles got to all of the, well, not all of, there are only 2, the 2 bullpen relievers in this ball game. Dirks gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 1/3. Barnett gave up a run, 3 hits in 2 1/3. 1-0 delivery. That's there for a strike from Zach Britton.
That fastball actually bent Napoli back a little bit. He thought it was heading up and in. My goodness. 97 miles an hour worked itself back into that inner third and bottom part of the zone.
Runner off first, and the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. That great impossible pitch to hit for right-handers going down and away.
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. I mean, he's got the same movement that we saw all last season, holding the good velocity, and just it sinks and it moves away from the hitter.
Check swing, held up on it. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Napoli. Orioles winners of the opener 3-1, then an entirely different ball game here tonight with a 12-1 lead. Important note from the pitcher's part, Texas has scored 2 runs in the 2 games, plus anything that might be added here. 2-2 delivery, and Britton comes in to get him.
Pretty impressive stuff right there. He messed around with a little breaking ball his last outing. They're all power fastballs. Good movement, great location. Man, good stuff right there from Britton.
So Odor will bat with 2 down, a runner on. He's had a base hit, 1 for 3. Gone 1 for 7 in the first 2 ball games. Odor is 0 for 4 lifetime off Zach Britton. Odor will go to second, and it's going to skip through off Giovatello's glove. So Odor is on. Going over to third base is Robinson. I would suspect that's a base hit.
Shaking the head. I don't know what happened there. Thought he was on it. Odor hit it hard, but he just didn't reach out enough to get the short hop. Skipped up over the glove.
Odor's looking up there to see, did I get a hit?
Yeah, he needs one, right?
He does. So first and third with 2 down. Jonathan Lucroy up. He struck out, flied out, grounded out. 1 for 6 in the 2 games. His 5-game hit streak on the line here. Pitch taken away. Zach Britton with the delivery. Big hack, no result. 1-1.
That ball moved like a slider from a right-hander, but there isn't a right-hander that can throw a 97-mile-an-hour slider. Man, started off all over the plate, in the box. Look how much it moved.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Britton's delivery to him, a ground ball. Giovatello up with this one, and this ball game's over. So LaCroix retired, 9th inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 are left on base. The Orioles win it big time, 12-1, and now have a chance to take the first 3 in the ball game coming up tomorrow night. There's your final. Orioles 11 better.